Are we live, Silent Assassin? Are we live? Are we live-ish? We are live. Welcome to the All Even Podcast. My name is Barry Grant Jr. You can catch me on Instagram at X at All Even Podcast, at All Even Media on TikTok. You can listen to the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. I'm all over the place. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend because the page is growing. My good buddy's here. This is my brother. Like, this is a guy that I miss all the time. You know, I bother him, we talk, but I miss him. You know, I hate the fact that he doesn't live in New York anymore. I hate it. But he came to visit. What's going on, my man? Should I give a name?
Okay, it's fine. You can give a name. You can give a name.
My man Kev is in the building. Shouts to you, my friend. How are you, sir?
I'm here, man.
You look good.
I appreciate
I saw you at the door. You look taller. I didn't like that.
It's just the backdrop.
Yeah, whatever. You look good. You know,
I appreciate it.
Family's good. You know, you saw moms earlier. That's my homie too. You know, so always good to see you. Silent Assassin's in the building. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you fine?
Yeah, getting there.
Because you know, there's rumors going around that you might have a T virus or something. What's happening?
I'm good. That's just conspiracy.
It's conspiracy
Yeah,
propaganda?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
You know,
just a
don't
little
let nobody throw your stuff out there talking about you got this and that. I don't like that.
No, that's just conspiracy.
Yeah. Making it seem like you for the streets. That's not what we do here. That's not what we do here.
Yeah, getting like violated.
Yeah.
You have this. I'm like, I don't
Right.
know. What are you
It's
talking
like,
about?
where do you even get the notion of that?
Yeah.
Do I give that off to you?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You send for me. I'll make sure I straighten it out.
Yeah.
But lots to get into, man. Lots to get into. But before I do, we are recording on a Friday night, right? And normally I have my, regular superhero theme song, but I got a different song tonight. So, I'm gonna play that up. What are we doing? Hey! That's what we talking about. Lots to talk about tonight, man. Stephen A. Smith is out there wilding again. What's wrong with him? Rent free. Westbrook got a team. Finally, we can talk about it. I don't know if I should, go too much in on him. I might be easy. I'll be easy on Westbrook tonight. I would. We had a grand opening, grand closing in New York. What the hell happened to Malcolm Brogdon? I thought he wanted to play for the Knicks. Man said, nah. So, that is my new Friday song. Every time we do a pod on Friday, I'll be playing that song. Very, very interesting stuff. We got a lot to discuss. There's some Thursday night football, Bill Belichick. There's a video out there. I feel bad for Bill Belichick. I understand that you got the PYT, but come on now. Like, there's levels to people gotta play their positions, right? Like, you can't just be stomping all over everything just because I'm over here getting the cheeks. There gotta be levels of, like, play your role. That's what I'm saying. What else we got? Tua is one of the worst leaders I've ever seen in sports. I'm gonna kick his back in too, because they're bad, and the reason why they're bad is because of him. So we're gonna discuss that. Jets watch, of course. Demaryius Thomas, he's gonna be inducted into the Broncos Ring of Fame. I want to discuss that because he was a legend. There's more Giannis news. Interesting. Talk about the Mets. Alex Rodriguez. We're not going to cover any postseason stuff because I'm miserable. I'm not even watching baseball right now. I'm not. So, But before we get into that, I was gonna say something to Kev, and I drew a blank. I'll remember it. Let's go ahead and go into Thursday night football. The Unc Bowl is what they dubbed it. First off, let me just go ahead and say this, right? I don't like the fact that certain white people out there using Unc Bowl. I don't like it. I'm just gonna say that right now. You're stealing our stuff. Stop stealing our stuff. You could have called it Grumpy Old Men. You could have called it the Grant Bowl. You could have called it whatever you wanted to. Y'all gotta use Unc. Come on now.
I don't know. I never used that word in my life.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's actually factually incorrect. Because Unc is like that mid-tier.
Right.
They're old.
I am considered an Unc.
Yeah, they're old.
They are over the hill.
Yes. What you saw was a Madden game.
Yeah.
Anybody who throws the ball to one person 23 times, that's a Madden game that you watched.
And it's not, and you can't do that on all Madden. No. That's like something you do on rookie.
Yes, it's a Madden game.
Yeah. Great game, though. Listen, good game, good shootout. Bengals end up winning the game. Aaron Rodgers played well. Joe Flacco played well. Let's go ahead and kind of dissect the Steelers side of it. Aaron Rodgers played stellar. He had 2 interceptions, but both of those interceptions weren't really his fault. He had one bad throw pretty much the whole night. He had the go-ahead touchdown. And then the defense can't do anything. They can't stop anybody. Like, my thing is that you went to go get this vaunted defense, Jalen Ramsey. You paid TJ Waddle this money. And you can't stop nobody.
But it highlighted that the fact that Jalen Ramsey and Slay are over the hill.
Basura. Yes. Trash. They're trash.
So you're about 2 years away from Jalen Ramsey retiring, and this is Slay's last year. Probably.
Yeah. They look.
All it highlighted is the fact that they went and got everybody past their prime and put them in the backfield thinking that they were in their prime.
Right. I mean, they tried to go all in this year, and they're still going to win the division in my eyes. Of course they're going to win because the division. You don't think they're going to win the division?
There'll be a collapse because Aaron Rodgers will do what Aaron Rodgers does every year.
You got to relax.
Aaron Rodgers did this with the Jets. He's going to have games where he looks great, and then he's going to have games where he looks terrible. Aaron Rodgers at this age is inconsistent.
As he should be because he's 50.
Yes, but he's 50 and he's trying to play like he's 20.
Well, because he only knows one way to play.
But there's more than one way to play when you're 50. You don't throw the ball 30 to 40 times when you're 50.
But he didn't play that bad last night.
Wait till the next week comes. I just said, it's not going to be a matter of him playing bad last night.
Right. It's
going to be the inconsistent.
Good game, bad game.
Good game, bad game. And his good games will be good games for his age. His bad games will be epically bad. Got you.
I can't disagree with you. I really can't. It's just the fact that I think he did enough last night to give them the win. They're 4-2 right now. Had they won that game, they would have had a stranglehold on the division. I still think that the Ravens, when Lamar Jackson comes back, the schedule does lighten up. They're going to have a chance to be able to rack off some wins. I don't know if the Bengals have enough. And the Browns are just the Browns. The Browns are trash. So, by default, I do see that the Steelers are going to win this division.
No. Mike Tomlin's going to do exactly what he does every year.
Make the playoffs?
Not lose and not win.
Play not to lose.
No, you're not going to play not to lose. When at the beginning of your season, if you are a Steelers fan, the only thing you can say is I look forward to another winning season.
Yes. 9-8.
9-8. That's all you're going to get from Mike Tomlin.
9-8, 10-7. Yeah.
He has a terrible defense.
Yeah.
If you look at yesterday's game, Jalen Ramsey played off of Chase 15 yards at the line and all they did, and the reason he got 23 targets is because all he did was run a slant.
Right.
A 5-yard slant.
And a lot of those, you see, it was a lot of hand fighting. Like he's literally trying to like make up ground with his hands because he can't do it with his legs anymore.
What do you do when you drowned?
You flail your arms.
That's exactly.
You know who he looks like? There's another cornerback that plays just like Jalen Ramsey. It's from my team. It's for the Jets. Sauce Gardner. It's the same guy. And he's much younger than Jalen Ramsey is. So, you know.
That's a different story.
Yeah. Now, I don't have much to say about the Bengals. Bengals are the Bengals, right? We know that Jamar Chase is great. T. Higgins is great. You got Joe Flacco, who's just continuing to just defy the odds of logic and continues to play well here and there. He's a guy that you can be able to just insert into a team. He doesn't need to know anybody. Just put Joe Flacco in there. He'll be able to get it done.
Joe Flacco was the Uncle Rico.
He super Uncle Rico. He definitely is. He's the only person I know that came from Delaware. Who else in the NFL is from Delaware? Nobody knows. Nobody cares, right? So the one thing though that I saw, and this makes a lot of sense, and I just want to find the video because there was an epic crash out that I saw, and I have to see it. I got to see it again. Because you have to think about the levels of like, let me see, where is it? I think I got it on the other one. The levels of frustration for a lot of fan bases when you, especially like if you're a Browns fan. If you're a Browns fan at this point, you had Joe Flacco in the building. And you just trade him for nothing. So,
do that, Andrew. How could you do it? Why on earth did you feel the need to trade this guy to a division opponent for a 5th-round draft pick? Fireable offense. That is a fireable offense. I want to know how much longer the owner's going to watch this crap. Because the fans have had it. We deserve better. You just worried more about your stadium than you are your football team. That's the perception, Jimmy. And you allow these people to do this. You have the worst offense in the league. Your GM screwed this quarterback thing up like I've never seen in my life. I've never seen anything like. Kids that play Madden could have done a better job. Truly. That's not hyperbole. It's a joke. It's a joke. This franchise has become a joke. And
that's what a lot of Browns fans are right now. You had Joe Flacco in the building, and you have such a poor offense that you made Joe Flacco look like he couldn't throw the football anymore. This is the frustration. Then on top of that, you say, let's trade him to the Bengals. They need a quarterback. Why would you ever help the Bengals? What does that do for you? A 5th round at this point, you could have probably got higher for Joe Flacco because he's such an emergency quarterback that can be able to come in and help you right away. You settle for a 5th? This is why the Browns are a disaster. So I got nothing for the Bengals. It's all Brown stuff. Dylan Gabriel is trash. Kevin Stefanski is even worse. You have the owner who's terrible, and the GM stinks. So it's like, it's super frustrating to know that you have teams that are in this league that really do not care about winning. They steal the hope of the fans. They go ahead and go make these little moves here and there. Yeah, let's go ahead and go sign back Myles Garrett. Well, we want to make sure our defense is here, but you let Nick Chubb go. So you do all these things to give your team hope, but then you're such a poor franchise that you end up just like, you know what I mean? It's frustrating. So I feel for Browns fans. I do.
I don't.
You got to feel for the fans, not the organization.
First of all, it's Joe Flacco. He had one good game. Let's not act like they traded away some epic quarterback.
He's not an epic quarterback, but he is a compared to what they got. What's the guy named Browning? He's trash. Mm-hmm. So Joe Flacco is more than an upgrade from Jake Browning. That's what I'm saying.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does. It gives them a chance to be able to be a little bit more competent.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't look at the Browns for trading Joe Flacco.
Why not?
Because before Joe Flacco had just got benched.
Yes, because of the Browns.
No, because he's a terrible quarterback at this point. How much teams has Joe Flacco been on the last?
The man's been around. He's been around the round robin.
And it's not a coincidence that every team has allowed him to leave.
Yeah, because he's old. He's 50.
In 2 weeks, we'll be like, "Oh, I see why they live." It's one game. In
2 weeks. 2 weeks they go back. Jake.
In 2 weeks,
Hey.
we'll be like, "Oh, I see why they traded him."
Give me Browning. Hey.
Let's calm down. You have more of an argument for them drafting Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel's bad.
Yeah, you have more of an argument for them drafting him.
He's bad. He's really bad.
Yeah, but I mean, being a college football coach is being a college football quarterback is one of the hardest things to judge.
It is.
Because the defense is just so bad.
So bad, and it makes everybody look better. Yeah.
It does. It makes everybody look amazing.
I mean, look, what's the kid in the Colts right now that can't get on the field?
Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
Tua was all world.
Right.
It's a hard thing to judge.
It's a crapshoot.
Yeah, you got Shador. Shador has some of the worst decision making I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Takes some of the worst sacks I've ever seen. And for the people that think he's the answer, I mean, just bring to you that why he couldn't make his team a top 10 team.
I still think Shador is better than Dylan Gabriel, though.
Yeah, okay.
I do.
Okay. That's the difference between would you rather have a broken leg or a broken toe?
Give me a broken toe.
It's slightly better, but it's still not good.
Give me the broken toe.
Yeah, it's not
Okay? You can still run on a broken toe.
Yeah, no thank you.
Moving on. So, I agree with you. Look, Pittsburgh, they have a lot of issues in regards to just like where they're going to head after the season, because
They're going to stay exactly where they are.
do you think that they move on from Tomlin?
I think they should have moved on for him 2 years ago.
Or do they allow him to say he's going to resign?
You know who Mike Tomlin is? Mike Tomlin is Andy Reid. Philadelphia allowed him to walk out, not because he was a bad coach. It's because he had been there so long that the voice had become dull. It allowed him to go to Kansas City, where the voice now rang. Look what he's doing. Mike Tomlin has been there way too long.
Do you think that Tomlin leaves Pittsburgh and goes somewhere else, or does he just retire? Because he's still a young guy. He can be able to go somewhere else, right?
He's going to go somewhere else and be mediocre.
You gonna stop talking. Oh man, Mike Tomlin like he's Doc Rivers, right?
I mean, his style of football, he's never going to get a star
No.
that's needed to win.
Very outdated.
Nobody's.
Yeah.
He's got DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
That's it. You got Jalen Warren.
That's about it.
Nobody who wants. I'll say this: the same way I feel about Jalen Hurts is the same way I feel about nobody that wants to be a 1,000-yard receiver, a 2,000-yard receiver.
We want to go to those.
Yes.
But I mean, but to be fair though, you got to think about all the good receivers that Pittsburgh has drafted since Tomlin has been there.
Who?
Antonio Brown.
Okay.
Like you have what's the other kid name? Goodness gracious. You had Juju over there that was all right for when he was there.
Excuse me?
Juju, listen, for the first couple of years, Juju was fine until he got exposed.
Juju was more known for his dancing than he was anything else.
but the numbers were the numbers. That's all I'm saying. They've
Juju had one good year.
2 in Pittsburgh.
You might want to look that up.
It's 2.
You might want to look that up.
It's 2.
What's considered a good year?
1,000 yards.
He didn't have 1,000 yards. 2
I
years.
think he did. He had the big year that, what was it, the first year or the second year?
I don't know.
Let me go ahead and look at it. Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju. Let me see. Okay, so his rookie season, he had 9-17. Then the second year, he had 14-26. And, yeah, so hasn't been close yet since. Kansas City in 2022, he had 9-33. Outside of that, he's been rough.
What is it, 1 year?
So, yeah, 1 year he went over 1,000. Yeah, 188 went on without.
That's
So,
like-
but they did have some other guys, man. Like what's
name
up?
two guys. You name one because Juju's not number two.
What is the other kid that was a pick inside? He was a flame out.
They traded him.
I know, but they still drafted him.
He had how much years was he in there?
He was only there for a couple years.
He was there for maybe 2-3 years. That's not even enough to be considered a Steeler.
Yes, he's pretty good though.
Okay.
He's pretty good.
Okay. So I'm now still asking for what you just told me about. Think about all the good receivers that's been drafted to Pittsburgh.
Didn't Plaxico go there?
No, Plaxico was drafted by somebody else and traded there.
You sure?
Oh no, Plaxico started off.
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
saying.
He became famous once he made it to the Giants.
But he was still good with the Steelers.
Yeah, okay.
What I'm saying is that there's a couple of guys. A couple guys.
He's had more defensive players. Than
Yes.
Offensive.
More defensive guys. I agree.
Doesn't drafted well offensively.
No, especially a quarterback. Yeah,
Remember, he drafted Najee too.
yeah no, it's rubbish.
Najee Ramba. Yeah.
Najee Ramba. Moving on. How do we feel about Mr. Tua? I think that Tua Tagovailoa is probably one of the worst leaders that you will find in football right now. And the reason why I say that is because he's a guy that doesn't take responsibility for his particular play, right? Like, he goes ahead and he has the 3 interception game. And he goes to the podium and he's talking about guys are not showing up to player-only meetings. Guys are late to player-only meetings. You know, we're trying to figure out if we're going to be able to have to make this thing mandatory. And I'm like, okay, everything that you're telling me right now sounds to me as if they're showing up late or they're not showing up at all because they don't fuck with you. There's a lot to go into that. Like, it's like you ever been on a team or any type of situation, been at work, and there's always that person that points out your problems and your deficiencies, and they're always like, oh, you gotta fix that. Oh, yeah. The next time they make a mistake, you over here like, everybody's looking at you because now you've made yourself persona non grata. You've made yourself public enemy number 1 because you think that you're perfect. You're not. Like, Tua has not been great since he signed that big extension. He hasn't been good. Mike McDaniel, he about to be out the door because he's not that good. He's a coordinator. So when you have that mix and then you have these talented guys out there that they're not producing, people are going to start pointing fingers, and you don't want your quarterback to go on a podium and start talking about this and that. Guy's not showing up. Like, what? How is that going to make your team better? That's all I'm saying. And it's like, you want to improve, then all you got to do is just say, listen, I got to be better. I got to make sure that I do my part. I got to play better. I got to make sure that I elevate these guys and make sure that we're ready to play every Sunday. You don't talk about guys not coming up to player-only meetings or being late. What does that do? Because the next time I see you, I'm gonna put hands on you if I'm a teammate. That's just the way it is. Is that you want to go ahead and air people out? What are you doing? What are you doing that's so better?
There's one problem though. What in the history of Tua has ever shown that he's a leader to the point where
that's what I'm saying.
Decided to make him a leader?
Yeah, that's what I'm
At
saying.
Alabama,
No,
he's never been an outspoken person.
no,
He's never led by example.
no.
So to me, that's on the Dolphins.
That's on the
'Cause who
coach.
decided that he was going to be. Your leader should be cultivated based on who shows up as a leader.
Right.
You don't predetermine who your leader is going to be.
It's based on their actions and how people are, how they kind of react to them, right?
Yes. If that was the case, every superstar in the NBA would be a team captain.
Right. And that's not the case.
It's not the case.
It's not the case. Absolutely. And first off, did you see the video of him talking? Mm-hmm. I thought the shit was AI. I thought it was AI. His mouth was moving weird as hell. I'm like, this is Tua talking? It's real. Because that's how he sounds. That's him. It's like, it seems so fake.
Yeah, it doesn't install confidence in
Not at all. Zero confidence, zero believability. He sound like, for me, anytime I hear Patrick Mahomes, the voice never matches with the person that's playing on the field. Is this the same person? This the same person? So I saw that. I'm just like, I don't even believe this. So if I'm sitting on my couch, that I don't believe it. You think players that are actually in the huddle believe it? They don't.
Listen, I hate this guy, but I'd rather listen to Shakespeare, Jalen Hurts, before I listen to him.
Yeah.
Because, I call him Shakespeare because every time he steps on the mic.
He always got to give you something, right?
Yes.
It's like Eric Spoelstra back in the day. We got to land the plane. We got to make sure that we put seatbelts on. We got to make sure that we, before you save anybody else, you got to make sure that you save yourself.
It's the man that falls on the ground. What are you talking about?
Just know when you fall, there's a shadow behind you because somebody's behind you picking you up.
It would probably be smarter if Miami had him stop talking.
Yeah. Just like have the PR team to say, no more questions.
Just take the fine.
Yeah, let him make a statement or take the fine and we'll deal with it. At some point, you think that they gotta move on, right? They do have to move on.
I would have to look at his contract to see if they can move on.
True.
Well, the first thing they're gonna have to do if they move on is they're gonna have to have a fire sale.
Yeah. So Jalen Waddle gotta go.
I wouldn't get rid of HN because he's young enough to where you.
HN's young.
But I would. Waddle gotta go. I don't know what you do with Tyreek now that he messed up his knee.
Yeah, Tyreek is gonna be out a couple of years. We're not gonna see him.
You gotta have a fire sale. And you gotta go to HN and listen. You're gonna run for 1,500 yards every year, but you're not gonna win.
Right. So we'll lock you up.
Yeah.
We'll pay you handsomely.
We're about 3 years away from winning.
Right.
You have to have a fire sale. And the more and more Tua talks, the harder it's going to be to trade him.
100%. Because nobody's going to want him. Every GM that sees him is like, I like the kid. I like his family, but I just need him to shut up. I just need him to stop speaking. And it's hard for you to be a quarterback and shut up.
Not to mention he's one more concussion away from being a veteran.
Facts. Plus he got that Tua helmet anyway, right? I don't know. Listen, for me, it's like, I don't see a guy that is very passionate about the game of football. He just plays it because obviously he's obligated to play, and it's just not believable. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe him as a leader. I don't believe him as a quarterback. I don't believe him as anybody that I trust to be able to get me to the promised land. He's just not that type of guy. And if the quicker the Dolphins realize that, is the better they are going to be moving forward. Because it's kind of like when the Rams looked at Jared Goff and they were just like, yeah, no. Like, he's all right, but no. We got to get somebody else. Let me get that Stafford guy. And it worked for both parties, right? Because, look, as good as Detroit is, and I'm going off another path here, Goff is decent, but can he get you to a Super Bowl? I don't really think so.
He can't get me to a fantasy champion.
Right. Can't lead a parade. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. Moving on. Let's see. Demaryius Thomas. Rest in peace, Demaryius Thomas. I don't know what the hell that was. It's been I don't know how many. When did he pass?
Probably 3-4 years ago.
About 3-4 years ago. Legend. And we had Cortland Sutton come out the other day, and who was that? Somebody's crying upstairs. Cortland Sutton came out the other day and was talking about how there was a certain thing that he did. There was a certain thing that he did that, like a tradition on the team, that he would always buy like McDonald's for not McDonald's, excuse me, the donuts for like the entire team and the coaching staff and everybody, and he wants to continue to put up that legacy, and that's dope. Like Demaryius Thomas was such a great player. You know what I mean? Like he was one of those consummate professionals. You knew that when 88 was on the field, you knew exactly what he was going to give you. Consistent, 1,000-yard guy, hard-nosed runner, no nonsense type of guy, and those are the type of football players that you respect. Like he has the respect of everybody on the Broncos, around the league. You know, he was one of my favorite players when he was playing, and shouts to him that he's going to get inducted into the Broncos Ring of Fame. Well deserved. Will probably go down as one of the best Broncos to ever do it. Yeah, man, it's just sad to know that, you know, he's not here anymore. Like very, very young and just gone too soon. So shouts to Demaryius Thomas and his family, and shouts to Cortland Sutton for being able to continue that legacy of just being a good person, being a good leader for the organization, and make sure you continue to keep that tradition going. So shouts to you. Moving on. I was talking about this off pod with y'all. I love Bill Belichick. I do. Right? I call him Teflon Don. I call him, Bella Rings for a reason. He got that young PYT, and he got more respect from me for that. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. Like, there's rumors out there, there's stories about her literally just like taking over UNC. The AD is like over it. They had to put out a press statement and said, everything's cool, everything's fine, we love Bill, everything's okay, there's no problems. Anytime you see that, it's always the beginning of the end. Because it's like, what football experience does she have? What background do you have? You have nothing. And you are the spokesperson for him, but that don't mean that you get to just walk around willy-nilly and do whatever you want. So Pablo Torre, shouts to Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre finds out he is the best investigative reporter out there. He actually put out a new episode and found some interesting things about Bill Belichick. And it's cringeworthy. So I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this video because I want to get
actually
to
really heard
the actual
pretty decent sense of the dynamic at play.
Is it necessary to say keep them out of the end zone? Because I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory on defense. I don't know if there's like an additional point.
So just to give some backstory, what I'm watching right now is Bill Belichick is at like a production meeting with the producers and the graphic guys and the video people, and they're going over, I guess, the visual graphics of what he's going to be discussing. So like, he has the bullet points of like, what do I think a team needs to keys to victory, all of this other stuff, right? So he's sitting there, and all of a sudden the PYT comes in, Jordan Hudson's coming in, and she's over here putting her 2 cents.
100%. 100%.
I feel like that applies to all defenses.
Well, no, but we just said that the Cowboys' offense is the best offense in the league. They have the most yards per game. So they're going to get the ball down there. Mm-hmm. We know they're going to get the ball down there. Preventing touchdowns and forcing the field goals is going to be.
So we're going to fast forward it.
Not the actual graphic itself, no.
I think she's taking a managerial role almost immediately, setting the stage for, I would say, a very detailed conversation between Jordan and Bill and a couple of producers on the show, talking at length about graphics.
This feels like a how many people does it take to screw in a light bulb situation.
Yes.
Editors at NFL Films did something and then turned it around to their guys and this, that, and the other thing. It's like, it's a lot of salary to pay for. If somebody puts on a clock, I could create this in 5 minutes, but you give me $2,000 to do that.
The reason why this is a thing for the people on set was that she showed up and they didn't realize why she was doing anything.
I thought she was a producer on the show.
She runs his media company, but was his media company involved in this? Or is this him being paid
And I think this exact question is where she has a very clear view of what her job was. And everyone else was like, I suddenly woke up one day and realized I'm working for Jordan Hudson.
You want to create editable templates.
So she starts talking to them like, yo, I can be able to go onto Adobe Photoshop or Adobe, whatever it is, right? And design this in like 2 minutes. So like, you know, what are we doing here? So you can literally see the air just get sucked out of the room. Like the dudes are just there like, yo, why is this happening? Why am I here listening to this idiot tell me how to do my job in regards to how to do graphics and all this other stuff? She said, yeah, I put his website together. When you go to the website, it's just nothing but pictures and memes. And it looks like a website that was designed back in 2001. It's horrible. So it's like you are with Bill Belichick. We understand that. He's allowing you to run roughshod over every single thing that he does. Why? Because you're giving him the yams every single time. So that's the trade-off. You can be able to feel like you're important and go ahead and go push your agenda while he gets the yams.
Fair trade.
But at the end of the day, it's making his legacy just look bad because it's like, yo, if you don't turn it around in Carolina soon, you're going to be out of football. And at this point, I don't know who's going to want Bill Belichick around to do anything. So there's an urgency here for him to continue to stay relevant. And Jordan Hudson is not helping matters. She's just not. Because as soon as he comes in the room, hey, Bill, and then they see this young PYT coming behind us, all right, enough. I don't want to hear this anymore. I don't care.
I get it. But let's be honest. If he doesn't turn his team around and he's out of football, he's 73 years old.
Yes.
We're not talking about somebody who's like, oh, well, you know, he's 30, 40-something years old. He's got 30 years of football left.
But, Kev, what does he have left?
Have 2 years in life. You're not talking about somebody that's got...
But that's what I'm talking about. You see, I'm trying to preserve Bill Belichick's life here. Because the thing is, if he's out of football, what else he got?
I think he's accepted it.
What else he got, though?
He's going to go out with a 26-year-old.
Kev, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the fact that he's out of football and then we get that text or the post of Bill Belichick's no longer here. That he died on top of Jordan Hudson like Harlem Nights. What are we doing?
We won't have that because once he's out of football, she will leave him. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be fine. His legacy in the NFL is already.
It's supplanted. Yeah.
What is? Let's be honest. What is a college football great coach legacy? It really doesn't mean much.
Unless you're Nick Saban.
It's like being in the reward club of Blockbuster.
Or being the MVP of a rec league.
No, I think it's a little better. It really doesn't mean much.
Like Bravo?
Yeah, it really doesn't mean much.
That's crazy. I don't like to see it. That's all I'm saying. Like,
you gotta get used to it. First of all, anytime a 73-year-old is dating a 26-year-old, you gotta question their judgment.
She keeps him young.
No, I don't think so.
Do you think at this point, like, he's like doing Cialis and Viagra at the same time?
No, I think he'd get a heart attack if he did both of those at the same time.
Or is he one of those guys that's like, you do your thing, I'm just gonna watch. Yeah, he's like, is he a cuck at this point in his life? I would hate to find out that Bill Belichick, this strong man, this champion, right, ends up being a cuck in his personal life. I don't like it. I don't like what this looks like for him.
Yes, it's done. Nothing like it.
I'm trying to save his career.
Career's done.
For whatever's left of it. Enough.
No, and I'm a North Carolina fan, but no top-notch coach is like, North Carolina's job, I'm going to take.
Yeah, nobody's going there.
It's a basketball school.
If anything, y'all going to get, what's his name? Franklin? For Penn State. They fired his ass.
Yeah, like You have somebody who's supposed to be legendary going to football at a basketball school.
Yes. And look, what else they do? Carolina, out on basketball.
They got a great soccer team.
Yeah, there you go.
So that tells you everything you need to know. He doesn't expect. He's just doing this just to have something to do.
That's it.
So I'm good with it.
You know what? You bring some clarity here. I don't like it. I don't like it.
He's already given up by taking it.
That's facts. That's facts. Moving on. My New York Jets. My New York Jets. What?
Weren't you a Cowboys fan?
Yes, you missed a lot. I entered the fan transfer portal. I went back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
My New York Jets. You know, I sit here and I am not breaking anything down today. There's no game. I don't care about who they play. I don't care. I know that they play the Carolina Panthers. I understand that. I don't care, though. What I care about is Jet fan syndrome. Every single Jets fan that I know has Stockholm Syndrome. And the reason why they have Stockholm Syndrome is that we know how bad Justin Fields was. Is. We're just talking about before he got here, right? He got drafted by Chicago. They didn't want his ass, right? Drafted him. Didn't want him. He goes to Pittsburgh. He's 4-2, right? Mm-hmm. They couldn't wait to get Russell Wilson out of bubble wrap. And when Russell Wilson decided to start, like he started tanking towards the end of the season, and he was looking terrible, they didn't even look Justin Fields' way. That should have told you enough. That he said, I would rather be bad with him than do anything with Justin Fields. And what did the Jets do? They go ahead and sign him. So you got fans out there, right? That said, oh, I'm done with Aaron Rodgers. Done with him. Look what he's done to our organization. He manipulated. Okay. So you think that you're better off, right? In comes Justin Fields. Garbage. But what happens is that when you enter the room with a Justin Fields and he's now on the team, Jet fans do this. Oh, well, you know, he got a connection with Garrett Wilson. You tend to start making excuses for the dude you know is garbage. Make it make sense. You know he sucks. But just because he now has a Jet uniform on, you're going to go ahead and go try to excuse it away. Be honest. This is why we're here. They're trash. He's garbage. Tyrod Taylor needs to be the starter. Aaron Glenn is over his head. Stop being that fan that just accepts everything just because it's your team. You can be able to say, I don't like this. This is trash. He's not good. I don't support this. That's a real fan to me.
I've never been a Jets fan, though.
No, and that's what I'm talking about. Is that it's the Stockholm Syndrome mentality. It's like, yo, doesn't matter what they give you, you accept the garbage. And then you rationalize the garbage. Oh, well, you know, he didn't play that bad. He sucks. There's a reason why he's on your team, because nobody else wanted him. Literally. There was no bidding war for Justin Fields. So at this point, I need Jet fans to stop. Know what's in front of you. See what's in front of you. You have a team that has immaturity issues. Garrett Wilson is immature. They don't want Breece Hall. Your defense is very inconsistent. It's pretty non-existent at this point. You have one turnover through 6 games. You paid Sauce Gardner, and he's one of the worst cornerbacks in football. Not just in the AFC, in football.
It's a big statement.
It is a big, and it's facts. He's bad. He can't cover anybody.
Why is that?
Because he never was good. See, the thing is, it's like, let me give you an example. It's like a basketball player that got into the league. He has a reputation for being a good defender, but he holds a lot, right? Grabs your shirt, grabs your shirt, whatever it is, right?
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, there you go, Dylan Brooks. At some point, good players are going to expose you. And if you are not good enough, you are not going to get better. You're just going to continue to keep doing the thing that you thought made you effective. So what made Sauce Gardner effective was grabbing. For 2 years, he was one of the best shutdown corners in the league because he grabbed a lot. Refs gave him a lot of leeway until guys started saying, yo, you might want to go check to see what he's doing. He's grabbing a lot. So now wide receivers have made the adjustment. Every time he reaches out, they know how to be able to make those moves and slap those hands away, and now he can't cover ground anymore. Now he's getting exposed. So he has not gotten better. And you paid him. You went to go get another rookie head coach. Came in here walking around like his shit don't stink. Chest all popped out. You're going to go meet with Aaron Rodgers for 20 seconds and think that, all right, that's it. Okay, cool. You get what you get because at the end of the day, it'll be very, very funny if he gets walked out the fucking door. It would be. It'd be poetic. And I'd be here on this couch and I would be saying right into this camera, I fucking told you so.
I think there's a big argument for about that happening with the NFL. I think the NFL has a problem. These GMs now where they're trying to
manufacture?
No, they're trying to beat the cap by signing people early.
Oh, yeah.
That ends up, I would say, 85-15% worse. I'm a fan of, you know what, if it's going to cost me a little bit of money to wait to ensure you are who you think you are, I'm going to pay you when it's time.
The Jerry Jones method.
I think there's way too much GMs trying to pay people early. And with the exception of Patty Mahomes, I can't name another successful GM that's paid somebody and they haven't been trash afterwards.
I mean, Josh Allen hasn't been too bad.
I mean, Josh Allen...
But he didn't get paid early.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't get paid early. So, yeah, I agree. I think I can't really think of the last guy that has gotten paid early outside of Mahomes.
Dak?
Burrow? No, Dak got paid late. Twice. Burrow?
Burrow got paid early.
Yeah, it was a year earlier too. But there is something to that. Like, for me in football, I think you have to see it a little bit longer to know that it's real.
Bryce Huff?
Right. Yeah. To know that it's real. 2 years is not enough. How's Michael Parsons doing right now?
Good question.
So, yeah, it's so again, as a Jets fan, I don't care about them losing. Lose every game. Be as bad as possible.
They will.
Yeah, be as bad. I can't see them winning a game at all.
No.
Be as bad as possible. Because the draft class is what it is, and we're going to get ourselves a quarterback. But they got some quarterbacks out there.
They've proven that they have not drafted the best.
Oh, no. I don't have any faith in them actually picking somebody good. But if you're number one, it's automatically chosen for you, is what I'm saying. If you end up getting to number 2 or 3, you're screwed. Because then now there's a choice. And you have to go ahead and go juggle. Well, this is it. No. Get the number 1 spot. Because at that point...
I disagree, though, this year.
There's no clear cut?
Who's the clear cut? Archie Manny's fallen from grace.
I don't think he's going to come out anyway.
But who's the clear number 1?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
It's too early. Somebody's going to come out. Somebody's going to have a combine and a camp and people... That's the guy. Whoever that guy is, you pick him.
And combine people usually always work out. No, they don't.
Listen, I'm desperate here, okay? I can't see another Justin Fields year. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, you won't.
Trade for Shador or something. Do something.
Oh, no, you don't want to do that.
I want that.
No, you don't want that.
I'm a Shador fan.
You don't want Shador.
I don't want Justin Fields.
Shador is Justin Fields reincarnated.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
We're going to see. All right, we're going to see when he gets his opportunity week 12. Week 12.
I don't think we will.
Week 12, we'll see.
No, I don't think we will.
We'll see.
Okay.
I just... Watching Aaron Glenn sputter, I don't know if it makes me sad or happy. Because, Silence Assassin, you remember, sat right here, and what did I say about Mr. Aaron Glenn? What did I say?
You said a few things not so nice.
Yes.
But I do remember, like, you said something come, like, literally record-wise, like, probably, like, this record, like, you're out the door. Like,
Yeah.
how even
The thing
better
is,
than what it was.
yes,
Yeah.
because you're a black man in New York, and the thing is that you always have to over deliver.
Mm-hmm.
If they say that, you got a mulligan year, we'll see we'll see what happens. It's always a lie. They always want you to overshoot the expectation. So if they tell you that you're okay winning 3 games, they actually want you to win 8.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has to make sense for them to keep you.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you're an alumni, you played here, you got drafted here, you played on the Parcells. You need to show something, and you haven't shown shit.
Mm-hmm. I think it also, too, like, you're saying, like, oh, like, you... Because he came in all, like, kind of cocky. And
Yeah,
you
chest out.
Yeah, you better be right, like, with something like that.
You better make sure that you are as good as you think you are.
Yeah, so it hasn't looked great. So.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even think that they would be... Was it 0-6?
Yeah.
I didn't even think it would be, like, that bad.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
I don't know. At least one game. You know what I mean?
I didn't see it.
Not one game?
No.
Are they the only team without a win?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I think
And it will continue.
Yeah.
I don't be surprised if the Carolina Panthers hang 30 on them.
They hang 30 on the Cowboys and they hang 30 on somebody else.
Well, the Cowboys have a terrible defense. So,
I can tell them that. They have somebody told me they had the best cornerback with Diggs and all these other.
Who said that?
I'm not going to say that.
Tell me so I can air them out right here.
Nah, that's not.
And I'll make a clip, out of it. It's insane. This is why I don't talk football with a lot of people. Just dumb. How can you ever look at the Cowboys and think that they're good? Outside of Dak. Dak, CD, that offense is fire. But that defense is trash. Trash. All trash. Moving on. What do we got here? That's it for football. Now it's time for my irrelevant news of the week.
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the... I mean, yeah, they stink.
Every week, we go into the stories and see what we can be able to find. Woman gets fired from her job after saying she would call ICE on a Dodgers fan who was trolling her at a Dodgers game. Yo, what is wrong with these Karens? Like, why y'all just can't, why you can't have, friendly banter back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a Dodgers fan, you're a Brewers fan, or whatever it is. Like, yo, we can just talk shit. You gotta bring ICE into this. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
It's also did you see the video?
Yeah, there it is. Wait, let's see.
Oh, why is everybody quiet? Wait, what is this? I'm sorry.
You know what? Let's call ICE.
Call ICE. Call ICE. I'm a U.S. citizen. War veteran, baby girl. War veteran. 2 wars. ICE is not going to do nothing to me. Good luck. Good
Yo,
luck.
and then she
Good
goes
luck.
ahead and tries to smack
Call
the
ice.
camera.
Call him. Call him. Idiot.
Yo, these white women at baseball games out of control. First we had what's her name? Schmiegel. Philly Schmiegel. And then you got this lady. And listen, I don't like to like profile people, right? But she fits the profile.
They look the same.
Yes. Fits the profile. It's that swoosh. What's the lady's name from Married with Children? That was married to
Peggy Bundy?
Huh?
Peggy Bundy?
Not Peggy, her friend, the neighbor.
Oh.
You gotta look that up for me. Marcy. She looks like Marcy Darcy. Marcy Darcy with the bull dagger hairstyle, right? And then she got the Milwaukee Brewers jersey on. Of course you're from Wisconsin. Of course. It makes all the sense in the world. Of course, you fit the profile. So I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that the first thing you go to go talk to somebody who's at a Dodgers game, he's probably Spanish, you're going to go ahead and go talk about ice.
That's crazy. Like, to think of that's going to be like my comeback in my head. I'm like,
and we're talking about baseball.
Crazy. Also,
I didn't offend you. I didn't say nothing crazy about you personally. I just talked about your baseball team. And you want to go ahead and go send ice for me?
Yeah, that's wild. I saw allegedly that both of them got banned from the stadium, allegedly.
Even the Spanish guy?
Yeah, I did see that, yeah.
How?
Allegedly.
That's crazy.
But but she got fired and banned, so.
That is ridiculous.
But it's like crazy too. Like you can see like the people around her like smiling, but they're kind of like, I feel like awkwardly smiling.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like, oh, like lady, like shut
shut
up.
Yeah.
But it's like, what can you do in like that situation? It's just like a stupid interaction. She just has to go there.
No, it really is. It's pointless.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely pointless. So. Oh, this is crazy. Chat GPT will soon be able to engage in erotica interactions. We are gone. Over. Remember that? You ever seen that movie, Her? Mm-hmm. It's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Said, listen, Sam Altman from ChatGPT. We made ChatGPT pretty restrictive to make sure we're being careful with mental health issues. We realized that this made less useful enjoyment. So they're literally saying, okay, cool. It was very restrictive, because we want to make sure that we're protecting crazy ass people out there to get into relationships with these chatbots and engulf themselves into a fake world. But fuck it. Do what you want to do. Yeah. It's a free country. You want to go ahead and have chatbot girlfriends and you want to go ahead and date do what you want to do, because who am I to tell you that you're crazy or not? What is happening? What's happening?
Like, people are already dating AI before that's even a thing, so it's just lonely people that got no one else to talk to, don't have social skills
at all
to talk to someone real, so.
Feels a need, though.
What's the need, Kevin?
You have people that will pay exorbitant amount of money to do it.
So hold on, let me ask a question. I know what's happening here. They're not slick. Sam Altman, I'm on to you, you piece of shit. I know exactly what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna create a ChatGPT OnlyFans. They're gonna have a ChatGPT OnlyFans. I swear to you. AI OnlyFans. Yeah. That's nasty work.
With creators.
What do you mean?
Because you gotta realize there's just those people. OnlyFans itself is made for people that are socially awkward. So it's kind of like an oxymoron to say that there's going to create a socially awkward profile in OnlyFans. OnlyFans itself are for people that are socially awkward that rather pay to look instead of just going to a strip club or finding an actual person. They want to hide behind the screen.
Right.
They pay to watch people's feet.
Right.
They pay to watch. I don't even know what one can only imagine.
Whatever you can think of is there.
Yes, it's essentially OnlyFans itself is built off the premise of socially awkward people.
That's fair. Hey, listen, I want you to put on these high heel shoes, right? Make sure that they're black leather. Then, here's where it gets weird.
You didn't hear about the story about the girl who's getting paid exorbitant amount of money to fly to Dubai to have men piss and put fecal matter on her?
Yes, I heard about that. Millions of dollars.
How is this different?
Millions of dollars.
How is this different?
So you mean this is safer?
How is it
This is clean fun?
This is all based on targeting the socially awkward people. Because you know why they target socially awkward people?
They got the money. They got the money.
The person that's not socially awkward, he's watering down drinks. He don't want to take you out.
Right.
But the person that's socially awkward, he's buying you plane tickets. Remember the guy who never saw a woman in his life and he bought her a ring and he gave her all this money?
That is true. Because the dude that's not socially awkward, he gonna fly you out. And he's saying that Denzel line, I'm leaving with something. Yeah. I'm leaving with something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The dudes that's socially awkward, they'll fly you out just to have a conversation with you.
And you don't even have to meet him. They'll be like, something happened to her. I'm really worried.
Right.
She never came.
Never came. We're just gonna make sure you're okay. You know, oh, you found another place to go? Okay, that's fine.
It's actually pretty genius.
It is. It is. I'm on to you, Sam Holloway. I know what's happening. Okay? They about to make $1 trillion on this ChatGPT OnlyFans. $1 trillion.
Yep. And guess what? They're gonna the person who they're communicating with is gonna be in India. That way they don't have to pay any taxes.
Yeah. pay that Indian girl about $5 an hour.
Because it's offshore.
Right.
They will not be paying U.S. taxes.
Right. And mind you, she's not gonna have no accent either because they're gonna funnel it to the filter. This is gonna be crazy. You know what this is? This is now what was the 1-900 numbers? What is that? What it was back in the day?
1-900.
Yeah, the smart calls. Mm-hmm. It's craziness. I'm on to them. See, Kevin got it. Kevin know what the hell's up. He's a smart guy. Yes. It's for the socially awkward people. Because they understand that that's their demographic. They're not appealing to people like me. I'm not going on ChatGPT. The only time I go on ChatGPT is to find out some description that I gotta put on my damn video. Make sure I clean it up, right? That's it. I'm not on there for no other reason. For what? For what? Unbelievable. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, did you see this? Hawaiian lava site. The gates of hell resembles twisted frozen bodies. There's a picture of a volcano. And you know what? Yeah, obviously it's kind of dried and all this other stuff, but it just looks demonic. Like there's a red hole, and it looks like the ground is covered with bodies. Scary shit. I'll send you the picture. It's extremely scary looking. I wonder if it would be the gates of hell though.
Like I seen like how that is like the portal to hell, and just like to look at that and see the other angle, I guess, of like the opening.
Yeah.
So like the mountain view,
yeah,
whatever it is. But yeah, my brother's there right now. I should go tell him to scope it out.
You know where the gates of hell actually is? It's in Florida.
That's true.
That's where it is. Because everything crazy happens in Florida. People are fucking nuts. I would, first of all, I'd never go to Hawaii anyway. Hawaii's too goddamn expensive. Everything gets imported there and you gotta pay double. I'm not going there. They don't make anything there. Everything is brought in. That's why when you go on vacation to Hawaii, you gotta spend like 20 bands to have a good time. 20 bands. Minimum. So if you ever, yeah, exactly. Your significant other says, "Hey, Kev, let's go to Hawaii." Tell her, listen, this is not working out. This is not working out. Anybody tell you to go Hawaii, they trying to line you.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Anybody that try to go to Hawaii, they trying to line you. They don't love you. They don't love you at all.
Duly noted.
Yeah. I told Jasmine, I said, if you want to go back to Florida anytime soon, you don't love me at all. You don't appreciate me as a person, and we got to figure things out. We got to go ahead and discuss other options here. I'm not going there. And I'm damn sure not going to Hawaii. Moving on. This made me laugh because it's so true. As a New Yorker, I got to go ahead and listen to this.
What happened to the old New York lingo, B? Like, come on, my nigga. I miss that shit, man. Like, don't get me wrong. The new lingo for the new little niggas in New York, you know what I mean? My heart, you know what I mean? And gang and all that mud shit, you feel me? That's cool, whatever. But I miss the old New York lingo, man. Like, back in the day, what happened to niggas saying B? Like, I still say B to this day, you feel me? Niggas just say, like, G-macking, you know what I mean? What happened to that word, bro? G-macking. Shit, son, niggas, everybody was somebody's son back in the day, you know what I mean? Money, you feel me? That was like an old word, but niggas don't say that no more. Like, shit, nigga, Queens niggas used to say Duke all the time, or done. I don't know what the fuck done mean, but Queens niggas said it. Shout out Queens, get the money. Niggas used to say words like dread, I don't hear stush no more. Like, it's a few fucking words I don't hear no more for real. Man,
I miss old slang. I do. Like, I know I'm old when I hear the young dudes speak and I don't know what they talking about. Like Riz. The fuck is Riz? What is that?
It's game.
That's game. Mm-hmm. But what does it mean?
It means when you riz somebody up, it's like you G'ing somebody up. It's
but what does the word mean?
It's like charisma.
Where does it come from? Charisma?
Yeah, it's like short.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it's just like, he said.
Listen, I remember growing up, all you heard was son, done, money, that's fire. Mm-hmm. Pause, dope. What else, Kev? There's a couple of ones.
What's good?
Yeah, but you can differentiate different boroughs. Like, if you are somewhere else and you hear somebody talking about, okay, I know you're from Brooklyn. I know you're from Harlem. Like, now I'm just like, so.
That's because you have imports.
Right.
That's what that is. That's mainly because back in the day, everybody that was here grew up here.
It was in New York, yeah.
Now you have people from New York that's in Atlanta. You have people from New York, and then you have people from Atlanta here.
That's facts.
There's no. Once you start having not just gentrification, once you start having people from all over the place move in, it becomes very frayed.
You lose that culture. Mm-hmm. You lose that culture.
And the history. So the people that were saying that no longer live here.
Right.
And people that have no idea what that means do live here.
Right.
So that's why you have it.
I hate it. I do. I'm gonna bring back those words.
Be all right.
I know he will, but it's sad. That's how you just know you're getting older. I don't like it. I don't like it. Moving on. See if I got another one. Let's see. Oh yes. This is the one that I wanted to save for last, especially for you. Jennifer Lopez doesn't believe she ever truly been loved after about 7 engagements in 4 marriages. I've had enough of her. Like, listen to this Jezebel
Do you think you've
speak.
truly been loved?
No.
No. And do you think you really have experienced loving someone?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
And when you can't get that love back,
What I learned, it's not that I'm not lovable, it's that they're not capable.
they can't love.
They don't have it in them.
They
They
have
need to appreciate the little person inside of
They
them.
have
They
little
need to
to
love
give.
them. Yeah.
You've been in relationships with
And
people.
they gave me what they had.
Right, but
They
it's not
gave me
enough.
all of it. Every time.
But it's this much. It's
All
a
the
little bit.
rings, all the things I could ever want.
Right.
They tried to give me the houses, the rings, the marriage, all of it. But
They didn't.
I've had enough of her. You can't get engaged 7 times and been married as much as you've been married and say that you never really truly been loved. Does Mark Anthony got a new family, don't he? So clearly he know how to love somebody.
You know who says that? A sociopath.
Who?
A sociopath.
Yes. 100%.
If I'm gonna do this,
That's exactly what it is. She's a sociopath. For anybody to say something like that, yo, you have to be living in an alternate universe. You don't live here. You live on some other planet to say that.
But even like if she truly felt that, like, why is she getting married?
Why?
to
Right.
people? It's
Why
like-
you get that far with somebody if you know they don't love you?
Yeah, yeah. Also, too, like the whole Ben Affleck thing. Like they had a pass. They were separated for X amount of years. Get back together, get married.
Right.
And then did you
She
see
broke up
this-
with A-Rod, then she spun the block.
There's like new pictures of them together on like a red carpet. People are like, "Uh-oh, they're gonna get back together again." He's like,
She's toxic.
He's like lovingly looking at her on the red carpet, whatever they were and stuff.
Probably smashed too. He
had a
probably
marriage.
smashed.
Yeah, he had a whole marriage and kids and family. Like, obviously, he's capable of loving people.
She
so.
is a man eater. Let's just put it what it is. She's a succubus and a man eater. That's all it is. Like, I would prefer her to just be honest and say, you know what? Honestly, I like being in the streets. Like, I'm at a certain age where I feel like I don't necessarily need to settle down with nobody. I'm fucking Jennifer Lopez. I do what I want. I go out there and go get a young boy. I go out there. I can have my pick of the litter. And sometimes I get bored. I would rather her say that than you go on Howard Stern's show and lie like this. Like, we just live in a society that people can just lie now. And there's no like ramifications at all. People just gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah.
You gotta realize she's not gonna say that something's wrong with her.
No, because she's a narcissist, of course. It's a sick person. And listen, I'm gonna say this. I don't care if I get in trouble. I don't care. You get married that many times and you have that many dudes say to themselves, nah, I'm all right. Something gotta be whack. Something is not holding the man there to be able to say, I want to continue to further this down the road. Like, it's the same thing with Halle Berry. She probably married now, but come on now. Like, there was a lot of dudes that just like, eh. Because sometimes the face is not enough. Sometimes you got some dead fishes out there that just sit there and just, they don't know how to do nothing. She looks like the type. I'm J-Lo. I'm not supposed to do any of that stuff. Okay.
It just sits there.
Yeah. She just sits there like wallpaper.
I don't even know why we care.
Banana back.
I don't even know why we care. When's the last time J-Lo has done anything relevant?
People keep talking about her. Why is she on Howard Stern's show?
Who goes on Howard Stern's show?
Many people go on Howard Stern's show.
Who's relevant?
Oh, that's a good point.
Name me the last person relevant that's been a Howard Stern show.
I didn't even know Howard Stern's show.
Exactly.
Shouts to Howard Stern. That's my guy, man. I'm just poking fun.
It's time to hang it up, my friend.
Yes, it's time. It's time for him to hang it up, and it's time for her to hang up her drawers too. Like, relax. All right, enough. That is my irrelevant news of the week.
Kidding me? I mean, how do you watch the? I mean, yeah, they stink.
Kevin, moving on around this sports world here. Giannis news. Did you know that the Bucks went out there and signed his younger brother, Alex Antetokounmpo? Mm-hmm. So not only does he have Thanasis, now he has Alex too.
Clown show.
So for me, here's my thing now, right? Everybody's okay with the nepotism. We don't hear any negative backlash from that. But yeah, we had a whole year of Brawny stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why when Bron fans and people who are just kind of neutral, but they just observe shit, say that that's different. That doesn't look right. That looks a little sus. So they're going to go ahead and go do this just to appease to him. Now, granted, he's not They're taking up a 14 to 15 roster spot. It's not a game changer. But like Giannis himself, he has put pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks for many years now to give him a consistent winner. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin. Isn't Giannis the one that has been having his hand on the button in regards to what he wants in Milwaukee? When Adrian Griffin got fired, who wanted Doc Rivers?
Giannis.
When he had the core of good players there, Drew Holiday and all these other guys, who puts the button to go get Dame?
Giannis.
So sometimes you have to lay in the bed that you made. Now, granted, he's going to end up leaving. He's going to New York.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think he is.
I don't think New York's going to be able to afford him.
They're going to have to give up a lot.
That's why I don't think they'll do it. New York is building a team that can compete for the East without him. So I think the more assets they have, the more Milwaukee's going to want return.
So you think by the deadline, if Milwaukee's out of it, the Knicks... I think the Knicks have conversations, but maybe they don't pull the trigger. Is what you're saying?
They can't because you'll have Damian Lillard part 2. You'll have Giannis and another superstar, and if you don't have any pieces, this is not the NBA of old.
No.
The
You need depth.
NBA, you cannot win with 2 superstars.
You need depth.
And I think they'll realize that. You cannot win with 2 superstars. And if they make that trade, the only thing the Knicks will have are 2 superstars.
Right. And a whole bunch of nothing.
Yes. You don't have anything. And McBride. You'll have 2 superstars and McBride.
And McBride. I still think that the Knicks do it just because that Dolan is going to want that. It's a mistake.
So not only is it a mistake, how old is Giannis?
It's 30. 31.
You're getting him at the back end of his career.
Right.
For a person who can't shoot, what is he going to do when he physically cannot dominate somebody anymore? Because even Bron has learned back to the basket, has learned the 3-point.
Right.
What does I haven't seen anything that makes me optimistic that once Giannis can't run through people and dunk the ball, he's going to be of any use to him.
It's fair. It's fair. It's a fair assessment. I just know that the Knicks are they are desperate to find that next guy, and sometimes the bright, shiny toy is always going to attract a team that doesn't really have the discipline to just say, we would rather just stay with what we have. You know what I mean? So
the Knicks never disappoint. You know that.
Yeah, you know that. Listen, you always find ways to kick the Knicks back in, and they always give you their back to kick.
Dude,
right?
They could sign LeBron James and Giannis in Unc Bowl, and I have complete confidence
that they won't win. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just jinxed. Speaking of the Knicks, you know what's the term that I always like to use here, Silent Assassin? Grand opening, grand closing. Malcolm Brogdon, what the hell happened? Like, when did he decide that he didn't want to play basketball anymore, Kev? He signs with the Knicks after having, maybe, I don't know, maybe there is something on the back end that we don't know. The fact that it took him so long to sign. What?
He went there and he saw Mike Brown.
Saw Mike Brown.
And he's like, we're not winning with him. Mike Brown is a terrible coach.
We all know that Mr. Potato Head's not good.
It is amazing that he keeps getting opportunities.
It's like Doc Rivers. And Mike Brown has no championship outside of being an assistant.
It's like they keep hiring Dr. Kevorkian to be a guidance counselor.
100%.
It's truly amazing that this dude's gotten fired from every team that he's led.
Right.
And somehow we think that it's the team. Somehow they think it's like J-Lo. It's everybody else except for
Everybody else's problem, correct.
I love it. I'm happy he's in New York.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Because the thing is, like, for people that we've been very critical of Tom Thibodeau over the years, that he's one of the worst managers of a rotation out there. He just doesn't really trust rookies. He doesn't trust the bench. He'll go ahead and go kill his players. His starting group. He's the one that derailed Derrick Rose's career. If it wasn't for Tom Thibodeau, Derrick Rose would have probably never tore his Achilles the way he did. But if you think that Mike Brown is any
Yep, Mr. 1-4 flat himself.
If you think that Mr. Mike Brown is any better, that's where the Stockholm Syndrome comes in for Knicks fans, right? Hey, yeah, we like Mike Brown. Okay. I'll give y'all until February. Once February hits, there's going to be a new tune in New York. I'm telling you right now. It's going to be a new tune. The honeymoon phase is going to start wearing off about late December. And then you're going to see the real Mr. Potato Head come out. The guy that just sits there. Doesn't do any coaching. Just
He's one of the worst coaches I've ever seen.
Horrible.
Oh, my God. He has the worst rotations. He used to have me so frustrated when he coached Cleveland. He is.
When he coached, what did he do in Cleveland? Nothing. He just stood there.
That dude's terrible. But you know what though, man? No place for him like the Knicks.
Oh my goodness, poor Knicks fans. I wish them well, but having Mike Brown it's rough.
It's truly amazing.
Moving on to one of my favorite topics to talk about. You know, I had a clip that I was gonna post this week, late this week. It was somewhere between Tuesday and Wednesday. I was like, I'm gonna post this Russell Westbrook clip because he ain't got no team yet, and we know that the Kings want him. There's rumors that the Kings want him, but miraculously they go ahead and they make some roster moves and they sign Russell Westbrook. He is now a Sacramento King, and you got people out there, they're cheering. People are happy. Oh, Russ got a team. Russ should never be out of the NBA. Russ is a legend. All of those things are true. But what people are not talking about is where he went. And it's just where I said he should be. He should be on a team that doesn't care about winning, that they're not going anywhere, they're not contenders, and he can be able to go get his. The Sacramento Kings give him that opportunity to do everything that he wants as an individual stat-stuffing basketball player.
Check the check team.
Yeah.
Russell, same name, same person. Russell Westbrook is a great player to have if you're not trying to win.
Correct. He's a guy that's going to play hard. He's going to be out there every day, right? He's going to give you 100%. He's going to go out there and get triple doubles. He's going to leave everything out there. But his basketball game does not equate to winning at all.
Well, the problem is that he plays with zero IQ.
Zero.
He plays with zero IQ. He's that guy who gives you 110%, and you're like, man.
Yeah.
I still don't want him on my team.
Correct.
And I think NBA players to include Patrick Beverly, who went on his little soliloquy a couple days ago.
Oh my God, Patrick Beverly.
People mistake him being a good teammate and a hard worker for a winning player.
Right.
You can be all of those and still not be a winning player.
Yes.
And that's what he is.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook is a guy that, you know, you look at for the basketball fan that doesn't understand the game, they will just look at Russell Westbrook's stats and they'll be like, this dude's putting up numbers. But you don't realize that in a basketball game, there's a lot of things that happen. There's a lot of nuance. Numbers lie all the time. Is that Russell Westbrook's impact on a basketball team is not felt all the way when you see the numbers. 12 rebounds, 12 assists, 15 points. Where does he get those rebounds? Who is he stealing those rebounds from? How is he getting these assists by just barreling his way into the lane and trying to get a dump-off pass? Like, if Denver wanted Russ, yes, he opted out, but you don't think that they would have just re-upped him, but he felt that his role wasn't big enough in Denver, and he decided to leave. And this is a Denver team that's a very good team. They're a contending team. So when a player like Russell Westbrook looks at a team like Denver and says, you guys didn't give me enough opportunity here, so I'm going to leave. Motherfucker, you're like 36, 37 years old. What do you think you deserve at this stage of your career? You were a rotation player for a playoff team, and you have literally the best player on planet Earth. What more do you want? But guys like Russell Westbrook are never satisfied. Why? Because it's all about the stats and the numbers for him. You can go ahead and go listen to him and talk about he wants to win. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you going to go get your numbers and you want to keep playing at a certain level. Listen, Allen Iverson, he stopped playing basketball and retired because he couldn't get himself to be a bench player. He couldn't do it. He physically could not do it. He said to himself, yo, I've been a starter my whole life. I've always had the ball in my hand. I've always been a guy to be able to be in the offense, to be in the mix. I can't be a bench player. And shouts to Russ for being able to take that role on and be a bench guy. But his game hasn't changed. It's the same Crash Bandicoot style. He's just not getting 38 minutes anymore. He's getting 29 minutes or 26 minutes. So what has he learned? Nothing. The IQ hasn't changed. The jump shot's gotten a little better, but he's still the same inefficient basketball player that he was when he was 19 years old. Yeah. Nothing's changed. Yeah. All that's changed is time and the calendar. That's it. So for a team that actually wants to win, when you're thinking about 3 and 4 minute situations in the fourth quarter, you have to start mapping out your rotations. Who's the guy that I want in the team? Who's going to be my guy that's going to be my distributor? Who's the guy that if the play breaks down and we don't have necessarily a set play, do I trust this guy to go out there and make a play when there's a broken play? All of these things you're thinking about. And every time you look down that bench and you see Russell Westbrook, panic sets in. Because now you're at the beck and call of a guy that doesn't know the difference between 12 minutes in the first quarter or 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. It's the same style of basketball. And as a coach, that is terrifying to have, especially if you're a team that has any aspirations for going far. It's just what it is. That's a fact. So when you have Sacramento that's going to put out Zach LaVine, they're going to put out DeMar DeRozan, they're going to put out Domantas Sabonis. Who's the other guy they got? They got Malik Monk, right? Mm-hmm. And then they may start all 5 of them.
What's the shooter they got?
Keegan Murray? Yeah. They may start all 5 of those players I just named. They may start Russ. They may just start him.
There's no way.
I wouldn't put it past him because it's Sacramento.
There's no way.
It's Sacramento. Does Doug Christie know what the hell he's doing?
He knows not to play Russ.
You think Doug Christie's upset right now?
No, I don't think he's upset, but he's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
What do I do? What do I do? It's crazy. It's not a good feeling to have when Russell Westbrook is on your team. Now, you're going to get effort. I'm not trying to throw shade at him, but you have to evaluate a player for what they are. He's not a guy that's going to come in and be this world beater and this savior. That's just not his game. It's just like how you can't look at Karl Anthony Towns and think that he's going to be the savior of your team. He's not.
Nope.
He is what he is. And you trying to expect more out of him, you're just doing yourself a disservice and you're wasting time and energy. So have fun in Sacramento, Russ. I'm sure you'll go ahead and average 17 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, And everybody's like, yeah, see, Russ can still do it. He still got it. Okay.
He'll be a free agent before the playoffs.
Yeah, possibly. We'll see.
Don't waive him.
Or he'll be upset the fact that his role has diminished and he'll want to go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. Hey, it may be time for you to go back and go reunite with your man. Go with Kevin Durant. He had wanted you in the offseason, so go ahead and go see what that looks like. Go ahead and go see what that looks like. That's very funny. Moving on. Kev, did you see Paul Pierce on Club Shay Shay?
No, I heard about it.
I just don't understand why he continues to talk. Why he continues to make these claims. And it's troubling to me because it's a guy that just doesn't understand that he's not relevant anymore. And every time he brings up every time he brings up LeBron, it just looks bad for him.
Reason I am who I am.
Right.
You know, like I became a better player playing against him. I mean, I'm not a top 75 player today if I don't have battles with him and having those type of game sevens,
right,
and playoff moments against him. I'm not a Hall of Famer if I don't do those things against him and Kobe. Like, so that's why I say, like, me being able to put on that jacket, he was a big part of that.
Right.
You gotta go through some real battles with some real players, to really get that kind of credibility. Mm-hmm. I was an all-star player, but you got to have shining moments versus the best.
You do.
Shout out to him because that's a good clip I read. That's dope. And look, the whole interview is not bad. I will say that. I'm not gonna be completely he didn't. He says some wild shit all the time because he didn't. But there's this one clip that this was crazy to me.
Age, I don't believe he would have had 4 championships. He wouldn't have got.
You kept him for 4?
He wouldn't have got those 2 in Miami. Because I gotta believe if we're the same age and I could offset him, and that would have been good enough.
Right.
If he had got 40 in Game 6 and we the same, I would probably would have got 40 and offset him.
Right.
I was at an older age then, a lot of miles and stuff, and it was hard for me to keep up with him. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be looking at that tape shredder and I'm like, damn. I couldn't even move. As a younger, I could have moved with him, but I'm
because in Brooklyn, you say you got it. You gonna D him up in Brooklyn. I don't know what you was on that day.
My mind and body say 2 different things.
Your mind was saying one thing, that body said, nah, I ain't
got him,
Again, shouts to Paul Pierce because I like his new pod. He's cool, man. But can we just be honest? Paul Pierce at his prime against LeBron in his prime. Paul Pierce could not guard LeBron at any stage of his career. It just wouldn't happen.
No.
So this is my thing. It's like, look, I respect him. He's a Hall of Famer. He's cool. But come on now. Bron was Bron.
Paul Pierce has always had an inflated idea of himself.
Yes. Delusions of grandeur.
That's not surprising.
But for him to say that Bron wouldn't have had 4.
I'm not surprised at
Like,
that.
let's talk about Bron in Miami. The LeBron James that was in I don't think if you put year 2 LeBron into the NBA right now, that's head and shoulders the best player in the league, and it's not even close. We're talking about a guy that commanded the entire game. Like, Silence has one. I'm talking about when he commanded the entire game. I'm talking about that he set the offense. He scored the points. Defensively, he took the best assignments over there. He was your best defender. This dude was the best player in the world. At no point in Paul Pierce's life was he ever the best player in the world.
Best player in the NBA.
He was never the best player in the Eastern Conference. What are we talking about? Like, I understand that, like, revisionist history, like, people like to go back in the past and just talk their shit. Cool. But can we stop?
We can't. I don't think Paul can.
He won't. Because anytime somebody can bring up Bron, he always got to try to put himself in the category. Like, come on now. You ain't there.
You can't take anything Paul Pierce says seriously, though.
No. Like I said, it was a good interview. He did great. It was funny. It was captivating. He said a lot of good stuff. Respect to him. But come on now. I watched that. I was like, Paul, you got to stop. You got to stop. Stopping people from winning championships? What?
No, I'm trying to stay relevant.
I can't, man. We have to be better than this. We got to be better than this. Moving on. Last basketball topic here before we end the show. Why does he continue to make me speak about him, Kevin? I tend to not use his name on this show. I call him Jigaboo Supreme. That's what his nickname is here. The Grifter.
Screaming Steven.
Screaming Steven. Well, he went on, what the hell's that pod that he went on? He was on The Pivot. He was on The Pivot. And of course, people can't just leave well enough alone. If I got a situation with somebody and you're an interviewer, you're coming down here, you want to go ahead and get a topic, and I've already talked about this story ad nauseum. I've been to every single fucking platform out there, and I've told the same exact story or different variations of the story depending on where I am, because there's code switching that goes on with Stephen A. Smith, right? So I'm going to go and tell the story this way on here, and then I'm going to go over here and tell the story this way over here, and I'm going to go over here and tell the story this way over here. And every time I tell that story, I get a little bit more aggressive. However, it didn't seem that aggressive when you got pressed. I didn't see the aggression there. Didn't see it. So he goes on The Pivot, and here's the, they have the little snippet here. You ever see LeBron go to white boy like he did with me? Let's call it like it is. The only time he did was when he was making fun of Brian Windhorst, who supported him since high school. That's a funny statement because it's wrong. You ever hear of a guy named Doug Gottlieb? Mm-hmm. Bron goes to Doug Gottlieb all the time. Mm-hmm. Because why? Doug Gottlieb decides to want to go at LeBron all the time. So that there's banter going back. But Stephen A. Smith reminds me of a Karen. And what I mean by that is that Karen behavior is you become the aggressor, right? You're the aggressor. When somebody matches your aggression, you become the victim. So you go on every single platform for 20 years and talk about how Bron is this, Bron is that, he's never Jordan, that Jordan would never do this. You even had a serious segment about his Hennessy ad that was just supposed to be funny. That's all it was. He was poking fun at his decision and just having fun with social media, and you took it seriously to the point where you had a serious segment on your show. You're obsessed. So when you go ahead and say that I don't talk about LeBron unless I'm asked, who the fuck puts the stories and topics together on your show? Because every time that you tell us, you run First Take, don't you? You're the one that runs it. So when there's a LeBron topic there, why are you the first one to talk about it? If you don't want to, if you never talk about LeBron James, he lives rent-free in your fucking head. And it's sad at this point. It is. Because I see the play. Me and Kev talked about it off mic. I see the play. It's like you have no more bullets left in the gun. You know that music artist that got that one song? And every time they play that song, they'll be able to get some spins. Yeah, I got this new record out here. Nah, we don't want that one. New record ain't gonna sell that much. You got that old one that you used to play. We'll keep that on rotation. Because as soon as you say LeBron James's name, everybody listens. No matter what LeBron does, the world stops and listens. So because of that now, you are going to continue to make yourself relevant. You'll go to the Pivot podcast and you'll go ahead and go tell the story again and tell it a little bit more aggressive. Why? Because you're a Karen. So let's go ahead and go. And this is the one that made me laugh, right? Because it's so funny how he likes to poke his chest out, like, and talk about, oh, I got receipts. Then show them then. Since you have all of these hidden stories and all this information, show it. Don't be a bitch. I hate people who are passive aggressive. Yo, listen, if you don't stop, then do it. I'm from Queens. I'm from New York. Like, stop talking about it. Because if you got all this ammo on LeBron talking about that you can be able to, go ahead. Go try and see if you can do it. See if it makes a difference in regards to what his career is at this point. See if you can be able to put a dent in the money that he's already made and continues to make off the court. Don't nobody care about what you got to say about LeBron. Only you do. Because you keep going to these shows, propping up your chest because you want to be on his level. It's sad. You're just a commentator. Just do that. This is why I have to continue to talk about him, because he's a sucker. That's the whole point, is that you keep talking about him because you know that he has no more time for you. It's like the dude that gets beat up, right? He gets beat up on the block, and the dude that beat him up is just sitting over there laughing while he's over there mouthing off to everybody. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If we scrap again, we gonna see what happens. I already beat you up. I'm having fun with it at this point. You can go ahead and say whatever you want to say. I got stuff to do. I'm not going on a world tour de force, to keep talking about Stephen A. Smith. I went to your man that doesn't like you. That's how disrespectful Bron was. Is that I'm going to go to Pat McAfee. I'm going to give him the story because his show is bigger than yours. I don't waste my time with small potatoes. But yet you continuously put yourself out there. It's sad. This is loser behavior. And it makes all the sense in the world why now your straight shooter show is your main objective now. Because your sports takes suck. Your sports takes are starting to wane. And people are starting to roll their eyes every time they see you. And it's okay to be the useful idiot over here because they have a purpose for you. There's no purpose for you over here. So because there's no purpose and you start to feel that, you got to play the old hits again. Because clearly you want to get clicks and views. Me and Kev saw the play 6, 7, 8 years ago. He's like, yo, you realize that Stephen A. Smith is getting a lot more clickbaity on his show? Is that he's saying a lot more things that are just outlandish to the point where you know that he's desperate to get impressions. That's what that looks like to me.
I don't think he has the sources anymore.
He doesn't. He's not tapped in.
I think people have grown tired of him and all the sources that he used to drop. When's the last time he dropped any insider information?
It's been years. It's been years, and I'm talking about probably going on a decade.
I mean, you don't have that. You got to find something.
Correct.
Politics,
he has put it
whatever you can find.
Right, movies, do whatever you want to do. Go sell watches. Do something. Do something, because the sports side of this shit is about to dry up real soon. But again, because you're the useful idiot, they will always prop you out there. Because they always know that, yeah, Stephen A. Smith will go ahead and say some outlandish shit for us to get some more impressions. But is it anything of substance? You ever do you care to hear Stephen A. Smith break down anything in regards to football? Do you care to hear anything regarding Stephen A. Smith when he talks about certain breakdowns in basketball? Because he can't break down a game. He can't. I've never seen it. Because he can't. God forbid they put him on boxing. That's a joke. And then they had him on UFC the other day.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Disaster. So again, where is your cachet? I can play the clip, but I'm just like, why? But you know what? Just for context, let's go ahead and go hear Screaming A. Smith. Let's go hear him.
So this is what I've done. And so, what you see is a different culture. That's a conversation we never get into it really about in professional sports, but primarily the NBA, where you got cats and they go at NBA players and stuff like that. Like, you bring up LeBron. You ever see LeBron go at the white boy? It's called what it is. You ever see him do that? You saw him come at me. Closest you ever came to seeing him do something like that was when he called out Brian Windhorst. What you calling out Brian Windhorst for? The man covered you since junior high school and has praised you repeatedly. And you use the Pat McAfee situation to go at him. You understand? And that's the only time you ever seen LeBron James, really go at somebody white. I'm going to call it what it is. So we understand each other. I understand a lot more. And I'll tell you, I'll divulge to my boy and his boy right here, when I did my monologue for 17 and a half, 18 minutes the day after, well, guess what? I found a way to win anyway. So this is what I've done. And so, what you decided to go on Pat McAfee's show, all right? And I said what I said and meant every syllable of what I said. Immediately after, I was informed that we won't be hearing more from him about me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because I got receipts. Anytime, any place, anywhere. It's not just him. I pride my...
You are a bird. You are what people, when we used to be on a block and see dudes, you are the one that gets, he's the one that talks and then gets slapped in the face. And when he gets slapped in the face, he shuts up. And then when everybody dissipates and goes about their business, he starts talking again.
You remember Belly, where the guy was on the couch?
Yes. That's exactly who Stephen A. Smith is. That's exactly who he is. So for people who don't like Bron, they're going to go ahead and go cheer this and go clap this, right? For people who are neutral and just are looking at both sides of this and seeing all of the things that have transpired, you'll learn how to take an L, my man. Move on. If you know he's not going to say nothing about you anymore, then why are you talking? He already checked you and you did nothing. That's my whole point. If you wanted to be a tough guy, then you would have stood there on your 10 toes down and you would have had security part y'all. Not you opt to sit down. Come on now. Stop this. This is real life jig shit. You're jiggable. Because you're fake. I've never seen somebody use their platform to like turn into something else. You ain't about that, bro. Stick to what you do. Stick to kicking black women's back in on the politics side. Stick to keeping Jordan's nuts in your hand. And stick to what you know. That's pretty much it. Moving on, because I'm done with him. I'm done with him.
So,
baseball talk, Silent Assassin. Kev, you can go upstairs if you want to. How do you feel about the Mets this offseason? Well, there's a lot of news going on, Silent Assassin. I'm hearing this name that keeps popping up. And the thing that I love is that, didn't I talk about this name for months? I said, hey, if we need to go get somebody, go get Tarek Skubal. Mm-hmm. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like the perfect match because he's coming off his final year.
Yeah.
So he's due for a contract. And from the looks of it, he's wanting a lot of like a big chunk of money. So if he does get the opportunity to get traded to the Mets this offseason or even during the season, whenever that works, I think they're also one of the best teams to obviously extend him if he's wanting that big pot of money. I definitely would be interested in him because we talked about it. Like, we need that sure thing, and we don't have that sure thing. Like, going into next year, you have really Nolan McLean, but he only had really 10 starts, and he looked great, but you don't know coming around.
You can't rely on that.
Yeah. So you want to get that ace that's available, and he is the best ace that's going to be available, like
absolutely,
even on the trade market. So I have read like everyone's pretty much available to trade except for McLean for him. So it'll be interesting to see how much the Mets have to give up for someone like that. Definitely going to be like a big return for the Tigers if they do
100%.
go ahead with it. And then I was telling you, hopefully they could make a deal, but you said obviously Boris Klein is going to probably test free agency regardless. But definitely he's going to be the highest paid pitcher in the league.
Yeah, I think he's gonna smash Garrett Cole's contract.
Yeah.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping that it's gonna be available. I would prefer to sign him in free agency rather than having to trade certain pieces.
Yeah.
But at some point, some of these pieces have to go. You can't keep everybody, right?
Yeah. Like, you have to see, like, who, obviously, they want. Like, if they want, I saw, like, a few Jonah Tong and then, like, a few other higher-end prospects. Yeah. But some of those do matter because we do have some holes to fill. Like,
yeah.
I think Jet Williams was in there, maybe.
Hey.
Yeah. But
what?
He's going to be our future,
Yeah, we can't trade Jet.
Yeah, so I guess it also, it does depend. I think also for the Tigers, too, it could be beneficial for them to wait till even the trade deadline to maybe
unload
see
them.
How it works
see
out.
What's there.
And then there are also good players on like the free agent market now that we could sign for the time being, and then if we do need to get an arm down the line, then obviously
there's not any great players, but there's like good pieces. Yeah, there's good like guys that you can be able to sign on like short-term deals to be able to fill out your roster, as well as there's more I think potential offensively than there is pitching, I think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the fact that you got Schwarber out there, you got Pete, there's other guys that you can be able to shore up that DH position. And there's a possibility that Marte might be back. You know what I mean?
I was seeing that like on a really cheap deal.
Yeah.
Just because we talked about last year of him potentially being traded, like how it could hurt the team's chemistry.
Right.
So even just to bring him back just for that sake.
And on top of that, like when there was severe injuries, he stepped in and was great.
Yeah, he didn't play bad last year.
No, he can still hit, man. He can still hit. So, you know, that bat is still valuable. And I would like to see how this Tarek Skubal thing works out. Evan Roberts, he had talked about, you know, a package of Alvarez, Peterson, either or of Tong and Sproat, either or of Jet, AJ Ewing, Ryan Clifford, Carson Benj. Like, I can see them having to give up a lot. But for me, it's like, if we're going to give up that much for a guy, there has to be a guarantee that you're going to sign.
Yeah. If it's like a big haul, like you have to say, hey, with this, we're going to give you $400 million.
Correct.
Take it. And
right.
Then you're a Met.
Like, we're making this trade. All sides are agreeing, and we're going to extend you immediately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, we are getting what we want for the next 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at that point, like, if there is no, like, sure thing, that it doesn't really make sense for the Mets to give up 5 top prospects for him. If it's maybe one and, like, a few others just for the time being, okay, that's a different story. But they're going to give up everything. You have to, you know.
This was a question also that Evan Roberts had posted. If the Tigers say we'll take Nolan McLean.
No.
Straight up.
I don't think so. I don't know. Because, like, how old is Skubal?
Skubal is 29.
29. McLean's 24? 23, 24? I don't know. Because he just looks so good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel
the
like
the ceiling is DeGrom.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I think I agree with the Mets that he's the only one that you cannot
Yeah.
get away.
Everybody else can go to Mars.
Yeah.
Everybody else can go to Mars, but he stays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So also too, like being in that, like you look at the other pitchers in that situation, they're called up to kind of save the season.
Right.
He's the only one really that did great. Like
right, because he was he was the one that was truly ready.
Yeah.
Like Jonah Tong wasn't ready.
No.
You know what I mean?
Sproats
has shown flashes.
Yeah.
He just needs to kind of tighten some things up. Mm-hmm. But he's good. He's good. Mm-hmm. But he's not as high of a prospect as Nolan McLean is. Like he's like I look at him more as a Syndergaard to DeGrom. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. Like that's like Syndergaard has great stuff, but you can see that there's some holes and inconsistencies where he might get in trouble. Mm-hmm. Nolan McLean, on the other hand, that dude is solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the only person I would trade McLean for is Paul Skeens. That's it.
Yeah, because then also too, you're getting his whole career basically.
Right.
At that point. But yeah, like talking about like a sure thing, he's the closest thing to it. But again, you don't know going into his sophomore season. Also, injuries happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets decide to extend Nolan McLean next year.
I think they have to start doing that.
Yeah.
So you see teams
locking
around,
people up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just get it cheap. Give him $100 million.
Yeah.
And then for
exactly.
whatever.
Buy out the ARB years.
Yeah.
Buy out a couple of years of the free agency. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the bench coach? Kai Correa.
I was like, who is this child? Like
who's this little kid here? Getting the job.
Yeah. It was interesting. I did see that they're gonna go for a younger group of people. I don't really know that much about him. I know he was coached with Gabe Kapler and then was with the Guardians recently.
They know each other.
Yeah.
They know each other.
So it's gonna be interesting to see like coming from John Gibbons to like a young guy like that. So I mean it's gonna be like with the also too they had hired a coaching person, they didn't say a coach, but like a person for their hitting program.
Yeah, the hitting director of the minors is now the head of the hitting program.
Yeah. Yeah. So
unbelievable. Unbelievable. Manny Ramirez is out there wanting a job and you give it to some what is it's just frustration. It is.
I feel like after last year, like I feel like you rather than go young, you have to go with experience.
Yeah.
Than the youth and analytics and whatnot, especially after John Gibbons had said, like, oh, you have this analytical
bullshit,
whatever,
pretty much.
You know? And he's like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore.
Right. I'm over this shit. Like, get this out of here.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see how it works. I feel like, I think I did read this too, but I had mentioned it, like, give it a month or, you know, not even a month, like, to see where the Mets are in the standings, and then Carlos Mendoza is either here or not. So, I feel like that goes for the whole coaching staff. But
yeah, I think you hit on what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I think the addition of Kai Correa is not necessarily spelling the doom for Mendoza, because Mendoza is a Stearns hire. So he's going to give him all the chance in the world to be successful. However, there's always a plan B. And Kyle Correa is young, and he fits the mold of what Stearns wants.
Yeah.
And I can see if this team continues to struggle, because, again, I've broken this down, that the 2 years that the Mets have been under Carlos Mendoza's leadership or tutelage, they have had some bad stretches of bad baseball. They've had more stretches of bad baseball than they've had good stretches of good baseball. And when you have that, that's a pattern of inconsistency, and he may be over his head. So if that's the case, it's an easy choice to pivot to a Kai Correa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What else did I see in the news? Oh, the rumor about Pete getting 7 years or wanting 7 years.
Yeah.
What is he smoking?
I don't think any team, no matter how desperate, is gonna even kind of look at that.
Like, if they sign him for 7 years, then the AEV goes down.
Definitely. It just makes no sense at all to give him. Like, you had a great year, correct, but last year you wanted 6 years. So if you take this year plus 5 years, there's your 6 years.
Right.
So I don't even know where the hell 7 came out from. Like, you're a year older now. You already didn't have, like, a great year defensively, so that also takes down your value.
Yep.
So I don't know what Scott Boras is telling him, but it's Pete's decision asking for 7 years out of, like, that was never even the plan. It was always 5-6 years that he wanted from the get-go.
Right.
So I don't even know. I feel like you're gonna get, like I said, max 5 years and then higher, you know, money per year. Okay, cool. Like, I don't really care about the money value. You know, I'm not paying.
Yeah.
But,
it's not our money.
Yeah. But 7 years is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best thing for the Mets to do is whatever contract you're going to give him, whether it's a 5-year, 6-year, front load the fuck out of it. Right? Give him the most of that money up front, because these are his prime years, his prime earning years, and then you have a declining scale. So at the back end of that deal, you're not losing a lot if you decide to move on from him if he's not productive anymore. But rather than have a $35 million, you know, salary on your hands, now you're going to have $12 or $13 million. That's the way I see it happening, because that's the way I see him progressing and aging. The bat in itself will be fine. That's why I believe that he can be able to still be very, very productive as a DH going later in his career. But that glove is going to disappear. It's going to, like, I had some guy that commented on one of my videos, and he was just like, Pete Alonso played 162 games at first base this year. So how is that bad? So I had to say to him, I said, dummy, do you realize that when you are in free agency, they don't pay you for what you did. They pay you for what they're projecting you to do. And if you sign somebody for 7 years at first base that's already unathletic, you're setting yourself up for failure if you don't put some caveats and some parameters in that deal to say, hey, listen, you have to convert to DH at some point during this tenure of this contract. because we can't have you be a liability in the field anymore. Could you imagine if the Red Sox or if David Ortiz said, I want to play first base. I want to play first base. And they just said, you know what? We love you so much, man. You're at home. Yeah, sure. The fuck out of here. Take your ass in that dugout, and when you're ready to hit, you take that bat up and you do what you got to do. We don't need you in the goddamn field. If it's not the World Series, we don't care for you to be in the field. Because that's the situation. You understand what guys' limitations are. Pete has limitations. He's not athletic. He tends to throw himself on the dirt just to make these plays, and he can't make the easy ones. He can't throw to the pitcher covering the bag. It's fucking stupid. What the fuck am I paying for that for? If anything, if I'm going to pay anybody, I pay Kyle Schwarber. At least I know what he is. I could be able to moonlight him out there in left field. He's gonna botch it up. But at least I can be able to get 50 home runs out of him.
Yeah.
With Pete, it's like, yo, you want to play first base? No. You got Keith Hernandez in the damn booth, and you still haven't figured out ways to be good. Now, granted, his scoops and his stretching is good at first base. Ain't gonna take that away from him. But there's more to the position than that. Run prevention is a thing. And he cost us a lot of situations this year. And he's not alone. Lindor didn't have a great year defensively. So we know that Soto's a chop out there in right field. We had all types of problems in center. So I get it. But you need to make sure that you want to keep the bat, but you want to have somebody that has a glove at first. So now you're making sure that you are shoring up your defense and you're having a better, well-rounded team. That's all it is. That's all I'm saying. So we want Pete here, sign him back, but make sure that there's some parameters in that deal. That's all it is. You got to put your foot down. I saw something pop up on my YouTube feed, and it made me extremely upset. Like, I'm talking about, like, it was to the point where I wanted to throw the phone. That's how bad it was, right? You ever been on YouTube and the Mets YouTube channel will send you these videos of these shorts of, like, plays through the year? Don't send me no damn videos of plays through the year when the damn playoffs is going on right now and we not in it. Dodgers is beating the hell out of the damn Brewers. You got the Seattle Mariners. They're one game away from the World Series after they beat the hell out of the damn Blue Jays tonight, right? And I gotta be sent Met highlight videos throughout the year. I don't want to see that. Shut down the YouTube page until it's time for the offseason.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Even their Instagram, like, what on their Instagram stories, I'm like, what could they be posting?
Yeah.
So I open it, and it's just like home runs through the season.
Nobody cares.
It's like, yeah, it's like a bad time.
Nobody cares. It's like you're literally ripping off the band and you're bringing us back to hell. I don't want to relive none of that. None of it. Disable the damn YouTube account until it's ready for the offseason. Hot stove stuff. That's all I want to see from y'all. I don't want to see no plays, nothing. That only works when your team is in the playoffs and you're like, oh, that's a good play. I remember that. Got a game later on we can watch. We ain't got no games. I don't want to see none of it. Cut it off, YouTube. Enough. That's what I call cyberbullying. That's what it is. It's cyberbullying. I don't want it. I want nothing to do with it. Sick of it. The Alex Rodriguez is coming out with a documentary. You see it?
Oh, I didn't see that, no.
Yes, it's coming out soon. It says, I think it's Alex versus A-Rod. I think that's the name of the documentary.
What's it coming out on?
I don't remember. You got to look it up. But I am super excited because Alex Rodriguez is one of my favorite players of all time, Teflon Don. And it goes into detail. Like, he's never talked about the steroid part of it and all the pressure. Like, this is going to be really good. My question for you is, why do you think he's so polarized? Like, why did a lot of people hate Alex Rodriguez as much as they did? Do you have an idea?
I feel like just the Yankees. and he's kind of like that asshole, and then taking the steroids and being on the Yankees, being with Derek Jeter, kind of, I guess, I want to say following behind Jeter, but Jeter obviously is the leader of that team. And then you have this other guy that is a superstar, and he's kind of like Jeter's like the good kid in the class, and A-Rod's like the bad kid in the class. And kind of like, because I don't think they had like that great of a relationship.
No.
So
they were very close. They were best buds before he got to New York.
Yeah. So I feel like maybe just that whole situation of him just being kind of not following like the true Yankee way like Derek Jeter was doing.
I think I have a different spin on it. I think Alex Rodriguez was severely misunderstood. And they talk about this in a documentary briefly. Didn't come out yet, but the little parts of it that they had released or whatever, is that when you're somebody that cares about how you're perceived, you will do a lot more desperate things to try to stay relevant. I think Alex Rodriguez suffered from imposter syndrome. And a lot of people out there who suffer from imposter syndrome, they tend to hit this fork in the road at some point. It's like, okay, I'm this great baseball player. People are expecting me to be this and act this way, and I now have to do that. But I have to work overtime to put that image out there because that's not who I am. And you can see that he was straining to be this person that he wasn't. Instead of just being the person that he always should have been. Just, I'm Alex Rodriguez. I'm one of the greatest fucking players of all time. It doesn't matter if you don't like me or not. Barry Bonds was like that. Barry Bonds was like, go fuck yourself. I'm him. And I don't give a shit who likes me or not. And that's the thing that I think with Alex Rodriguez, and that's why he took the steroids when he went to Texas. He got the biggest contract in North American history, sports history at that point, and he felt that he had to live up to that contract. Why? Because of imposter syndrome. He had to be somebody that he wasn't. Goes to the Yankees. Gets another big fucking contract. What do you think he's going to do? Every time there was a tabloid or a radio segment that went after him, he heard everything. And he would try to change the way he did things based on what he was hearing. And at some point, you lose yourself. You don't know who the fuck you are anymore. And I empathize with that because when you're this great player and people are looking at you and they're looking through you. They don't care about the person that you are. They just care about how great you are on the field. It makes you realize that maybe Alex doesn't matter. I have to be A-Rod. So anything that I have to do to make sure that A-Rod wins, I have to fucking do it. Give me the steroids. Give me this. Give me all of this other stuff. Give me. He lived. It's like that image of you see somebody behind a glass, like a glass case or something like that, and then there's somebody walking, and you're and they can't hear you. Alex was talking to A-Rod the whole time. I feel bad for him because it's like, damn, bro, like you were such a great player that all you had to do was just show that instead of trying to be somebody that you weren't. And he played his whole career that way. But you look at A-Rod now, look at him on the baseball, shows. fun-loving guy. He bled baseball. He still does. All he talked about was baseball. He was obsessed with the game. He was obsessed with every at-bat, every pitcher that he ever faced. He had a log of everybody he's ever faced and what were the counts and all of these things. He was obsessed with it. And because he was obsessed with it, he wanted to make sure that it was perfect. And because it was so sensitive to him, he never wanted to hear any negative criticism. I sympathize with that. I do. Because it's a guy that never got a chance to be himself. Could you imagine playing 20 years and have to put on a face for 20 years? It'll drive you nuts. Literally. So I'm looking forward to this documentary, man. I've always been a huge fan of his. And shouts to A-Rod, man. Shouts to A-Rod. He's my favorite Yankee. I don't give a damn. Him and what's the other guy that used to take steroids? His name? Jambi. Yo, you can tell that Jambi was on the juice. Like, there's no way you could have told me that he wasn't doing something.
Like that big.
Yeah. It's just Roy's just pouring out of his pores. Like, come on now. Don't try to lie to me. It's all right. I'm fine with it. I'm not going to judge you. But don't lie. Last topic. There's trouble in Philadelphia. There is. There's trouble in Philadelphia. And I'm saying this. I understand, Bryce, that you might not like the Mets. However, hear me out. There's a spot right there, first base. You put Bryce there. You sign Pete for DH. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. Because according to the damn, who was it, the GM or the owner, he was over here like, look, Bryce is good, but I don't think he's elite no more. What kind of nonsense is that? Matter of fact, I don't even want to paraphrase it. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I want to hear it exactly from the horse's mouth because that's nasty work. Why would you kick your best players back in that way? For what? What do you gain from that? What do you gain from it?
Salute.
Bryce's case, of course, he's still a quality player. He's still an all-star caliber player. He didn't have an elite season like he has had in the past. And I guess we only find out if he becomes elite or he continues to be good. I mean, it's not like he's, it's like if you say to me, I look around the league, I was trying to think, Freddie Freeman. He's a really good player, right? He still is a good player. Is he elite like he was before? Probably not to the same extent, and so that's nothing negative. Freddie's a tremendous player, and that's, to me, is Bryce. Can he rise to the next level again? I don't really know that answer. I mean, and really, he's the one that will dictate that more than anything else. I mean, it's what it comes down to. So, I don't think he's content with the year that he had. And again, it wasn't a bad year, but when
you have to keep, like, you start over-explaining, you cooked. That's a 1092 right there. Shots fired. Why would he do that to his star player, Kevin? Like, that's your guy. That's a guy that left his situation and went to Philly and took a long contract, but he's there to stay. He's not going anywhere. He's 33 years old. He's not an old guy. He's had some injury concerns over the length of his career. But this is a guy who's still going to be 500 home runs, 400 doubles. This is a guy that's going to put in big work. So why would you even what's the sense of having this conversation at all? Because if Bryce Harper comes back next year, his 45 home runs and 120 RBIs, what are you going to say?
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, what is he talking
about? Like, what's the point?
Yeah. He's a future Hall of Famer. He just won an MVP, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
A couple years ago. his season wasn't terrible at all. He
No.
had a down year, but he was also injured part
Right.
of the year. I feel like maybe he's just kind of going out there because the Phillies have kind of failed to get to the World Series the past few years, and he's kind of triggered over it.
I
He's
think
kinda
it's
calling out.
he's laying the groundwork for getting rid of Bryce Harper.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is your we had you X amount of years expecting a World Series.
Right.
You bought it to us. This is your fault.
So him saying, hey, listen, we tried to keep this together. Kyle Schwarber's no longer here. We're going to have to get rid of Real Muto. We're going to have to get rid of Zach Wheeler. We're going to have to get rid of all of these guys. Hey, we tried, now we have to figure out our new core of players. This is the start of it. This is like the start of the needling, and the icy relationship will continue from here. So again, all I'm saying, Bryce, I don't know if we're on your no trade list, but if we are, you might want to take it off. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I don't see why you wouldn't want to play in New York. You know what I mean? We got the casino about to get built. It about to be lit in Queens. You know what I'm saying? That's
Can reunite with Soto.
yeah, Soto, your man. You like Pete. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole bunch of situations over here that's good. Yo, we treat the Cohen treats the players right. That's all I'm saying. I'm just throwing it out there because I can see Bryce Harper in a Mets uniform. Look pretty good.
Even when he was going into free agency, there were some rumors. It was hard to kind of fit just because of the Nationals. He was our villain,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he would look good.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. We're gonna watch this story very closely. Now it's time for the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week. Dummy, yeah. Every week I go around the room and I ask who is the Dummy of the Week. Silent Assassin, who do you have?
There was a few I seen. I'm just gonna stick with this with the AI. It says a U.S. Army general has admitted to using AI to help make major military decisions.
Is it Hexeth?
I don't know who it is. Just as a top U.S. military
Okay.
general. But obviously, I don't think you should be resorting to AI to make military choices. Basically, just asking a computer, hey, should I use this type of weapon or that type of weapon, going into war or whatever it is.
We are getting stupider by the day.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, AI is going to be the death of the world. AI, these deep fakes, they're going to continue to get more and more real, more and more realistic, to the point where people are not going to understand reality from fakes anymore. They're just not going to understand it. Everything is just going to be blended together. So when you see people using deep fakes for political gain and all of this other stuff, it's going to collapse the world. It's going to collapse the economy, and I can already see it. I see Terminator 2 happening. That's it. So idiots like him are just going to go ahead and accelerate the process. Dummies who use Sora. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and go make these videos of people getting knocked in the face with luggages and old people. You don't even understand what you're doing. You're feeding the AI. Every time you make a video and you get more descriptive and you're trying to say, I need this to be perfect, it needs to look realistic, you're giving the AI practice. That's all it is. So at some point, when you go ahead and say, you know what, AI, I need you to formulate a strategy, war strategy, so we can be able to have the advantage on this country. They go ahead and go give you this particular strategy. That's not for you. So they gave you a strategy that's going to line you for the other country. Not realizing that the AI has already made concessions with the other country. So you're trying to go get advantages, and they're lining you for the other team. We went ahead and went into this study, and this is the AI token, and we've seen the probability of you winning this war is 5%. So why would we give you a strategy that will work when the probability of you winning this war is at 5%? It's ELE at that point. So you want to give it that type of knowledge? Sure, go ahead.
Dummy, yeah.
I have mine, and it's a very short one. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner for Dummy of the Week, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers get my...
Dummy, yeah.
Now, it's not the whole Pittsburgh Steelers, because like I said, Aaron Rodgers himself had a great game, right? The defense did what they did. Terrible defense. They lost the game, right? That's not what gets the dummy for me. It's after Aaron Rodgers comes off the field for the damn touchdown, right? The offensive lineman tackles Aaron Rodgers, tackles him to the ground and knocks his helmet was in the dirt, right? In the dirt. Aaron Rodgers gets up furious and does this like weak ass swat at the offensive tackle. I'm just like, what is happening here? Your job is to protect me, not hurt me, you big idiot. What are we doing? Why? He's like 350. What are you jumping on? And he's 45 years old. What are you doing? You ever tried to do something with an older person? Like, try to like play fight with them or do something aggressive, and they get violent on you. Because like, yo, I'm not trying to fall right now, because if I fall, I may not be able to get up. I'm going to break a hip. I'm going to tear a quad. Stop. Leave me the fuck alone before I put hands on you for real. And I seen the look in Aaron's face. He wanted to put hands on him, but then he realized he's Aaron Rodgers and he doesn't have hands, and he kind of just, he did some bullshit ass swat. But I felt for him, because I'm like, could you imagine some big 300-pounder sitting on you? I'd be mad.
Especially after coming back from injury.
Yeah. I just tore my damn Achilles, man. What you doing? So that gets the dummy for me.
Dummy.
Keep your big ass over there on the sidelines. Just give him a handshake. And when you time to come back in the game to block him, that's what you do. That's what you do. Don't even celebrate no touchdowns with me no more. At all. Go over there. He was tight. I would love to know what the conversation was after. Because he was mad as shit. Aaron Rodgers was mad the whole game. He was mad the whole game. Whole game. And that just made it worse. So yeah. Offensive lineman, you get the damn
dummy. Yeah.
Leave him alone. That's it for this show. Kevin, my guy, love you. Yeah. It's great to have him here. I'm telling you, I miss him all the time. Sucks. But he has a family now. He's a very successful guy.
No, I'm not.
You know? Yeah, you are. You're on TV all the time. No, I'm not. You're on TV all the time. And the thing is, the suits look good. You know what I mean? They're not ill-fitting. You know what I mean? He doesn't stumble over his words when he's doing stuff. I'm like, look at my man, son. He's over here doing his thing, man. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You look my man up. He's out there doing it. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to be like him.
Not at all, man.
I'm trying to be like him.
I'm a little fella, brother.
You know what I mean? So, look, PSA. I always have my PSA. And this PSA is going to be a little different today because we are literally on the eve of No King's Day. And I'm just tired of being nice. So here's my message to all the people that think that No King's Day is not a thing that you should do. Fuck yourself. Get fucked. So let's go ahead and go down the list. Caroline Levitt. Doesn't she look like her breath stink? She look like her breath stink. She is one of those people that lies all the time. Like at some point you're gonna want another job. Get fucked. And that you got that stupid ass cross on you. Now we know that there's nothing Christian about you. So we need to stop that, right? Who's next on the list? Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi may be the dumbest person in the government right now. She may be the stupidest person in the government. She gives blonde people a bad name. You understand what I'm saying? Blonde ditzies, they don't even claim her. They don't even claim her. Dumb as shit. Dumb as shit. Kash Patel. You know when you have the guy in the gang that is like everybody else may be white or black, and there's that one white guy or that there's one black guy. You know that you have to be crazy, and you know that you did some wild shit to get into that gang. That's Cash Patel, because you can't be a brown person and be a Nazi at the same time. It doesn't work. He's another useful idiot, right? Let's keep going down the list. JD Vance. JD Vance. You ever look at JD Vance's face and realize that he's taking, like, he has mascara on his face? And the thing is, like, you go ahead and you go talk about people's free speech. You shouldn't talk about Charlie Kirk. You shouldn't talk about Charlie Kirk. All of this stuff, right? Yet, when you have those young Republicans that are in that group chat that are saying all this racist shit, right? Oh, it's just kids being kids. Guess what? Ain't no kids in that chat. There was no kids in there. 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, late 20s. There's no children in there. So you go ahead and you get fucked as well. And when you do get fucked, make sure your wife uses the mascara brush that you go ahead and use every day on yourself. Get fucked. Who else is left? Who else is on the list? Christian nationalists. Christian nationalists, to me, they are the biggest ones on this list because they are the ones that might be the gayest people in America. Like, they go ahead and say, oh, we don't like trans, we don't like gays. God said that. Okay. Why is it always them that when there's a group or there's a convention going on, Grindr shuts down? Huh? Why? Why is that? Why? Because they're all gay and they hide behind it. You know what's funny about Christian nationalists is that Christian nationalists has always been the people that have been under the hoods. When you go back into, back in time with the KKK, who do you think were under the hoods? Christian nationalists. You know, more people have died over religion in this world than anything else. And you have these people that talk about, oh, God, my God, if God came down today, he would not be in a church with you fucks. It would not happen. And you know what's also funny about Christian nationalists and the KKK? Do you know that the KKK has been an organization since the 1800s? And they've never been labeled as a national terrorist group. They're actually tax exempt as a church. I wonder why. Moving on. Young Republican group chats. Hey, listen, I'm from Queens, right? All that shit that y'all were in the saying and acting tough, this is my thing for y'all. I wish that y'all will have some black people in y'all lives because I guarantee y'all not saying that shit in front of us. That's all I'm saying. So keep doing the racist shit in the chat because we know that when we see you in public, we want to see that side too. We want to see that side too because hands will get put on you. Who's next? MAGA. Let's go ahead and go talk MAGA, right? Let's talk to MAGA. MAGA, for me, if you're MAGA, get fucked, right? Because the thing is with you, if you don't believe in people can be able to just have the right to be able to, if they get hurt, if they get sick, they don't have the right to go to a hospital and get treated. They have to be U.S. citizens to be treated. No. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. So if you don't care about people outside of yourselves, get fucked, right? My thing is this. Let's go ahead and go do this like real situation. If you don't care about Democrats, if you don't think that Democratic policies help your situation, then let's go ahead and just break it down. So when you go ahead and make your vote, make sure you have a red card, right? So when you go to the store, you give them your red card, and all the policies that you vote for in that red card, that's what you get. So all the socialistic policies like Medicare and Medicaid and all of these things that are Democratic policies, you don't get you don't get you have no stipend for that. You don't get approved for those things. All the states that are donor states that donate to the poor ass states in the middle of this country, y'all don't get that money no more. How about that? How about that? So since y'all want to you don't realize that they're literally pitting you against your best interest. There's not us and them. It's us and the rich ass people that are stealing the money from everybody else. But you're too stupid to realize what's going on. Get fucked as well. Who else? We got blind Republicans. Blind Republicans, they don't realize what the hell is going on because they just sit there and they go ahead and they just, oh, well, we didn't know that this is going on. Listen, I think Donald Trump is a bad person, but I like his policies. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. That's all I gotta say about you. Get fucked. And then we have the orange man in the White House. Listen, it is no King's Day, right? No King's Day, so which means that we do not approve of nothing you do in regards to all of this authoritarian fascist bullshit. So here's my speech to you. I wish you nothing but the best, right? This is personal. I don't wish nobody to harm you. I don't want nobody to assassinate you. I don't want none of that because I don't believe in that stuff. But I do hope at some point you die of natural causes. That's all I care about. That's all I'm going to say. Get fucked as well. That is it for the show. I'll be back next week. Stay safe. Stay cool. Peace.